What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Two Old Souls, the show where we talk about the movies, the shows, the music, the people, and most importantly, the memories that keep us young. I'm one of your hosts, Michael, and with me, as always, is Andrew. Andrew, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Are you ready to murderlize this podcast today?
Dolphinately.
Dolphinately? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
let's do it.
without burying the lead, yeah, we got another special one for you guys today. We have another guest in the room, someone y'all have never met before, but someone very, very close to my heart. So this week's soulmate, that's what we call you guys who come on, is my BFF hetero life mate, Mr. DJ Just Theo. Theo, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. I thought it was gonna be called like Three Old Souls or something here, but you guys got something better.
Soulmates are fun. Yeah, I was very into the branding.
Thrice is nice.
But yeah, happy to be here. Happy to talk about this. I don't even know if you guys introed what our thing is about.
Oh
so
no,
I'll
we're
shut
about.
up real
No,
quick.
it's cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna get right into it. So yeah, there's three of us, which is nice because today we're gonna be talking about. The Three Ninjas films. For those of you who don't know, the Three Ninjas films is a staple of 90s children's cult film, I would say. It's a quadrilogy, but we're only going to be talking about the first three because that fourth one kind of doesn't deserve to live, frankly.
Amen,
we'll get into
brother.
that.
Amen, brother.
So the elevator pitch for those of you who you might have a passing familiarity with this show from GIFs you've seen on Tumblr and shit like that, or these movies. Sorry, but the elevator pitch is it centers on the adventures of three allegedly mixed race children brothers who spend their summers being trained by their Japanese grandfather to be living weapons in the art of ninja. They never once say ninjutsu. They always they use ninja as the style, which is really, really bothered me in this one. So they're civilian names. They're the Douglas brothers, which is fucking funny to me because one of the kids' names is Michael, so his name's literally Michael Douglas. In order of age, we got Michael at the youngest, Jeffrey the middle child, and Samuel is the elder, the stablest one.
Samuel Douglas.
Yes. Isn't that like a historical figure? Or am I thinking of Fred?
Sure
they might as well have gone
maybe I'm thinking of
Frederick Douglass.
Sam.
It might as well. I mean, their dad was a fucking G-man,
Sam
so it's pretty lame either way. But yeah, they get their grandfather, Victor, San Francisco's own Victor Wong. Yeah, you might have seen in Big Trouble in Little China. He was in I think he's in The Golden Child. I think I said.
Yeah, he's in The Golden
Yeah,
Child.
the Eddie Murphy movie.
Yes.
I will just refer to him as he's the Chinese Forrest Whitaker. They both kind of.
But he's Japanese in this movie.
He's Japanese.
He's Japanese in this movie, yeah.
I mean, Dante Bosco played Puerto Ricans
And
on
the mom's
TV.
I think the mom's Latina.
She looks.
Yeah,
She looks
doesn't
Mexican.
I think her last
She
name is
doesn't look
Franco.
Franco.
Franco. Of Japanese
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
It's her American side, I guess.
Oh my god. So. Yeah, Grandpa Mori, whose last name changes 2/3 of the way through these movies. He gives them the ninja names of Tum Tum, Colt, and Rocky. So we'll go to, and there's a lot of character reasonings for that. But let's just go in real quick before we really dive into the films themselves. How did you guys discover these? For me, I think I just picked up the third movie canonically, not in release order. I just picked it up from this mom and pop video store near my house, and then I found the other two, and it kind of just went from there.
Movie?
Kick
Yeah.
in my head,
The
yeah,
third
we're
one
okay.
in your head.
Yeah, the third one in my head. Yeah, so I saw Kickback, and I just got that from the video store, and then I kind of went back and saw the rest of them. It definitely for me, it sort of dovetailed with my elementary school interest in Street Fighter, and was watching a lot of Power Rangers and things like that. So this was right in my wheelhouse. So yeah, that's how I found this stuff. How did you guys come across these?
I remember seeing the the pizza parlor fight from Knuckle Up on TV, and then I didn't know what it was, so I just kind of remember that scene, and then I rented the first one, and then I think I saw Knuckle Up right after that. So then I was like, oh, that's that movie that I saw. And then Kickback was later because they never had it at the store. But you would see the trailer for it in the Knuckle Up VHS. So I was like, oh, let me check out that one. Yeah, and that's how I just watched them almost religiously.
Yeah.
Like when I had it.
Yeah, same with Michael. I mean, it was around that time, like Power Rangers, like they had the whole ninja thing going on. So then once I'm pretty sure like I saw this movie and my parents are just like, okay, cool, we'll just put this on to just shut you up.
This is your pacifier.
Yeah, I remember just like sitting on the couch in my old house and just watching this movie like religiously.
I'd play with action figures while I'd be watching.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
movie.
Yeah. I'd have my stuff doing what they're doing, the choreography and everything. And but yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I saw the actual first one first because I don't have too early memories of like when they went to Japan and then the whole Native American thing. And, yeah. But because I remember like the whole Home Alone like style movie of the first one. So yeah, that's the one that I think was the first one to get me into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think I do remember even on like you can probably fact check that on the VHS box there for me, Andrew. I think it says like there's a little like critic blurb and it says like Home Alone meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that. And
crosses Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Home Alone.
Yeah,
Boston Globe.
Boston.
Laughs,
it's always
laughs never stop.
It's always the Boston Globe there.
New York. New York Post calls it a kick and terrific from ABC TV.
Nice.
So yeah,
there's some raving reviews.
I know, right? So I think the first these were it looks like movie studios just had more money to throw at whatever they wanted to do because like these weren't like these stupid obscure ass studios like I don't know like Canon or whatever, but like the first one was released through Touchstone and I'm like, oh, that's a Disney owned thing, and the director was John Turteltaub, who went on to direct a movie that is very close to me and Theo's heart, National Treasure. I think both National Treasures. Yeah.
Well, there's like the movies you see in the trailers, like all those straight to home movies. I think when you hear like actors talk today, there's still like a lot of money in straight to DVD movies. They just don't get
that's true. And the thing is too, it's like the smaller the budget to the more the return because this first one was actually successful. It was made so the budget and some of the budget differences are pretty crazy for me. So this first one was made for $2.5 million, and I'm like, okay, that's how much that money gets you back then? But it grossed $29 million. That's hella fucking successful.
Yeah.
That's kind of a smash.
27 million profit.
I see how they got Hulk Hogan. Shit.
Yeah.
Later on, they got that Jim Varney money. Yeah, let's just go right into the first one. Andrew, you brought up a pretty good point. Like, even though this came out in 92, like, I honestly feel like they filmed it in, like, 89 or, like, 89 going into 90 because there's just, like, there's a style of it that's...
We were talking about just, like, the aura of it, and I think Knuckle Up is, like, the most, quote, 90s-esque for me, but, yeah, like, the first one, it seems like it reminds me of, like, all the old Die Hard movies and shit.
Yeah.
Just that aesthetic in certain parts, but not like the whole thing. You know, just the way the tone sometimes. Even the villains.
Oh my god, the villains, dude.
The villain.
Like the top dog, not the henchman, but the top dog.
Yeah.
Like his lawyer. They're very like, I don't know.
It's very Hans Gruber. It is very
very
Die Hard.
Yeah.
What's up with Hugo Snyder though, guys? Like his crazy little ponytail. I don't know if any of you have seen Karate Kid 3, but he's exactly the bad guy from Karate Kid 3.
Just a little more like mean looking.
I can't really peg his accent. Like, where the fuck do you guys think he's from? He's like, I want the kids found now.
Yeah, but then his henchman has like this like Brooklyn accent. I don't know, boss. I don't know.
Like, just like a typical Jewish lawyer.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing there?
He's like, oh, please. He's doing this like wannabe Woody Allen shit.
Yeah.
We'll have to kill you. We'll have to kill you.
We have to kill you.
Tear out your liver.
That was the worst. Like they're openly talking about kidnapping and murder over the phone. And they're being watched by the feds. I was, okay.
First
I don't know his
plot
accent.
We don't.
It's like maybe it's European. I don't know.
And he's like selling. He's like a weapons trafficker, right? Because he's trying to like. There's like a missile deal, like a sting operation, is when you first see him. It's just what, like just one missile too. He like.
I was about to say like. It's not bombs or anything like that. It's like a missile.
Like no, not even a missile. Just like an RPG grenade.
Yeah,
like it's
I
like.
don't even think it's like the Jericho missile or anything. Like it's just a regular ass missile.
He's like. He like elbow smashes the crate in and everything like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack here. So we meet the brothers and we get this cool little montage of them like which I always found to be cool. Like already you see that Colt is not to be fucked with because he's like shattering pots with several like kicks and stuff. And the music this time around, I don't know if you guys played like Legend of Zelda or played Ocarina of Time on N64, but it sounds like Zelda music. Like, I almost pictured like I pictured Link running through like Hyrule Field or some shit during like the music for this first one.
A little bit.
There's some like MIDI like N64 esque music going on background.
That's for sure.
It's like that triumphant ass '90s music that they always play. You know.
Yeah, it's very bum, 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 like it's hella fucking catchy. I'm like, did Alan Silvestri write this shit? It sounds like Back to the Future a little bit. But yeah, so let's just why don't we just go into sort of the dynamic between the three and this one? Because I think Andrew and I were kind of talking about this off to the side like weeks ago before we even decided to record this one now. But like you look at the three boys and it actually is like the Ninja Turtle parallels are super strong. Like you have Rocky and he's the fucking square stable one trying to just like does everything by the book. So he's obviously the Leonardo. You have Tum Tum is definitely he's not as like crazy as Michelangelo, but he's just looking to have a good time. He's just kind of fucking with everybody for the most part.
His fighting style, he's like fucking with them.
Yeah, that's the thing that we really like latched on. Did you guys notice? Like, I'm like, wow, like they actually put a lot of thought into this choreography and how it corresponds to each of the boys as characters.
It's really environmental too.
Yeah,
they really make use of like their surroundings. Like they say, you know.
A ninja is always friendly to his environment. It's like I fucking like the thing that it was so funny to me how like serene Rocky's always trying to sound. Like he's the most like intellectual, cerebral of the brothers.
But you can't really tell like in this one, like you can't really tell the age difference either. Like between Rocky and Colt.
They're so close. It's like we went to school with kids who like we went to school with brothers who were only a year apart. Like the mom was just constantly pregnant, and I kind of feel like that's what we had going on here.
Yeah, that's what I took from it too.
How old do you think the boys are in this first one?
Like 10.
Like
10 at the oldest.
Like 5th, 4th, and like maybe second grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because
I gotta give them a little more credit than the other ones because they're like doing more big kid shit, like being off on their own. And, like kind of stand by me.
I had the impression that they were at like a K through 6 school just by judging how big the bullies were.
Or maybe even a K through 8.
Or maybe a K through 8. I mean, especially if they're just going to. So I'm like, how is that?
That dude had a hard on for Colt like in 2 movies.
The white bully.
Yeah, the dude with the little like mole.
He looked like the bully from Like Mike.
The
pale kid. Yeah, Jesse Plemons. Yeah. But anyway, so you have, Rocky is very, and they kind of carry this through line for the first 2 movies. He's a very efficient fighter. Like sometimes he uses a lot of kicks. I think he kicks more than he punches. I feel like I kind of noticed that. And then like Colt is just fucking wild. Like he's hella showing off. Like I mean, where the fuck does Emily get off calling Rocky a show off?
Yeah.
Colt's fucking he's flexing all over. And then like
he only shows off when Emily's around.
That's true.
He's like the fucking I don't know. He's like Bane in fucking with Poison Ivy. He asks for permission. He's like, show off. Go show off.
Yeah. I want to get into this a little bit later, but dude, what's it called? Rocky's just super horny the whole fucking series.
This whole
every single movie.
Yeah.
He's rock hard the whole movie.
In the fucking director's cut, there's that when Emily approaches the car and they have the awkward stare off is like longer than it usually is.
Yeah.
Tom does like 3 different looks.
Yeah, he's like,
cracks me. Yeah.
What's going on here?
I gotta go too. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Pretty good.
And then Tum Tum is just like, he's definitely, obviously he's the pudgiest, so he's not as acrobatic, but he's just like a blunt instrument. He's always punching.
Wasted motions.
No.
He's like Rocky in that aspect.
Yeah,
Like,
but he's always punching people in the face. Like he brings them down to his level and then he punches them in the face. Like that's his go-to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, if Ralph Wiggum knew martial arts, he would be, and was like slightly less dumb, he would be Tum Tum.
Like out of all of them, I wouldn't want to play Mercy with Colt. Like it seems like he's.
He's Colt, like his dad, their dad, who's okay. I don't really know how the FBI works. Like in my head, FBI people, there's probably satellite office.
To know, bro.
Yeah. Okay, granted, like there's probably satellite offices for the FBI, and like they probably have people in like major cities. Why the fuck is he like just? Why the fuck do they just live like off the 5? They live in like it looks like Palmdale or like Valencia. Like if you just look over like Six Flags Magic Mountain, Mega Mountain, it's probably right there. But yeah, their dad's like kind of a stick in the mud, and it's really annoying. But I think he's just scared because he knows that if they don't kind of curb these boys, they will kill someone with their bare hands.
Well, it's also he knows like his grandpa was in with like a.
There we go. So yeah,
like that's probably the biggest thing. And the kids can't understand that, so he uses the karate and ninjutsu as like the crutch or the what do you call it, the projection or whatever. Some psychological.
Yeah, he's just gonna like that's gonna be the thing. Because there's always like in-law drama and what.
What, they need new names?
Yeah. What's wrong with their white names?
No, I just started learning their names. I gotta learn new ones.
I like my name so much. I named Rocky my name.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that dad.
Yeah.
For like the middle child, they really do emphasize the Colt and the dad relationship more than like the junior.
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
There's never really any interaction between the dad and Rocky. There's always like Colt and
Colt has the biggest chip on his shoulder in the first movie. He's so like there's so much like angst there,
Yeah, he don't know who to trust.
Yeah. I like it when he's like, Grandpa.
Like he respects his grandpa, but he wants to be like his dad.
I guess. Yeah, it's true. He's like, when's dad coming home? Why does dad always have to work? Like he just wants his fucking dad, Like that's all good.
I want to play baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, his loyalties are kind of conflicted by that point. But we're not there quite yet. True. Did you guys ever actually call anyone a spaz like in an unironic fashion? Because they throw spaz around like it's candy in these movies. Shut up, spaz.
No, but I did remember it being used to describe people. Like, oh, he's being a spaz right now. But no, I never heard it like as a direct, like that.
It's definitely like a 90s like movie, like I can't say bitch or something.
Or yeah, like or well, I mean, they don't say bitch, but they do say the R word in this first.
They do say the R word. Yeah. That's in my notes here.
that has stuck with me, like the telephone can phone. It's like what's going on? Like my brothers are the R word.
Yeah. You guys ever make those like with the paper cups in elementary school and like oh my god, I can hear you, but you're like right next to each other?
Yeah, well, I mean, I tried, but yeah, it doesn't work.
I was gonna say, how the hell did they like string it across the street, like through the telephone? But I guess
they probably did it like in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Did you guys notice in the beginning when they're cooking food at Grandpa's cabin, like when Tum Tum's cooking? Yeah, it just looks like fried noodles or something. But they're like, okay, for one thing, Rocky has 0 sense for knife safety because he's just like, tuck, 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 tuck. And then he just does like a dumb little like somersault over the kitchen island so he can start setting the table. Oh my god, I never noticed that before.
Yeah, being a hibachi chef is like part of being a ninja. Apparently, that's like part of their training.
Oh yeah, totally. It's like when you're at Sarku, Japan, at the mall. Like those guys are just practicing. Like they're working their way up, but they're doing really like basic moves.
He's like the Chinese family that opens up a sushi restaurant.
this whole movie.
The Chinese family opens up a sushi restaurant, but all the sushi chefs are Korean.
That's why he keeps changing his name. He's like, I think this sounds more Japanese. I'll go with this name.
Tanaka, Shintaro. Who's to say, really? I like how he's a little more militaristic in the first one with the boys, because they're always like standing at attention and be like, sir.
Yeah. They're younger. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, like you can do that more. Like you can, I think, and I'm just sitting there thinking, like, dude, like these kids probably didn't even really have a choice. Like there's just like, go be with grandpa over the summer so mom and dad can like attend couples therapy, probably go to our like couples retreat. But like they don't even question it. It's like, with like, it's like kids who are just brought up in Catholicism or Christianity. Like it's just what they know. I think these kids just know ninja. Yeah.
There's definitely more story we need to like get from this franchise, even if it's never gonna happen. It's not like profitable, but there's definitely like things there. Like what's the mom's story? And why is that shit so important? Why the kids?
Why
need
is she
to
not a
learn?
ninja?
If the dad's so against it, why they go out there every summer? So, I'd like to know. I'd like to know that stuff.
Even her mom too. Like do we figure out what happened to her mom?
It's just a picture. We just see her in a picture. She was
giant white lady, blonde white lady. That's like
grandma.
taller than him. Yeah.
No, who's this one? Who's the hand on the shoulder? It's like Nacho Libre. Like my mother was a Scandinavian missionary.
They do some alright foreshadowing in this movie too. I have to say.
You really latched onto the jelly beans, I think.
Well, yeah, when they're going to sleep and he's like, I got a new batch, and then he's like, oh, I choked on a jelly bean. Like that's brilliant foreshadowing. You don't even really see it, but it's pretty cool.
And that winds up being the thing, yeah, for real. They lay some pretty good pipe here. That's it. you gotta respect it.
There's also that giant wink at the camera when he uses the jelly beans. He's like, "I told you."
Oh, yeah.
Wait, at the end, or
yeah, like when he puts
puts them in his mouth.
Yeah, like he like cuts the tum tum. Like, the jelly beans.
here's the jelly beans, Grandpa.
But where were we at? Are we?
We're mostly kind of
everywhere.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so Snyder and Toru Tanaka. That guy's a professional wrestler, right? Like the big henchman guy.
Something like that. Maybe a sumo wrestler.
Yeah, he was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure also.
Oh yeah. That's what I remember.
He was Francis's butler or whatever. Yeah.
He wasn't as threatening in that one.
Nah.
He was a little more like funny.
But
and also in The Last Action Hero.
Oh,
the tough Asian man.
Of course he was in The Last Action Hero.
But yeah, I just had this line that was really funny, like when they lose like Snyder onto the helicopter, which is also a funny scene because he's like on the ladder,
he's
laughing
just
at them
with like one arm too.
Yeah, but then like his partner, the dad's partner, comes up, is like, dude, we got the guns, we got everything. It's
enough stuff for World War.
Nothing. I want him. Like,
it's Snyder.
I want him. And then that's when you kind of see like, oh, this is why you don't care about your children. Is like
he's like
focused on this.
He's like Tommy Lee Jones. He's like Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive.
I don't care.
It's like we got enough stuff in here to start World War III, Sam. Like he's just really happy to be in the FBI.
Yeah.
Like he's probably new. He's probably like only like 3 months in, and he's like, this is cool.
Sam, we gotta roll.
No, I gotta hang out with my kids.
I guess. Oh my god, my face hurts already. Oh Jesus.
So they get their costumes because they complete some part of their training.
It's their day of names.
Uniform.
Yeah, let's talk about that because that's honestly the most iconic like part of these movies is these like color-coded geese of like the whole Power Rangers angle. I was like, fuck yeah, give me some coordinated outfits.
I thought it was a little like more original than that. Just like a Power Ranger suit because they don't even really use their outfits that much.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like they had their own masks, own color.
Who was your guys' favorite mask? Or
I like Colt's mask. It was simple.
I'm a big Blue fan. So, yeah.
Rocky's mask is cool, like, especially in Kickback when I was able to look at it a little more dead on. Like, it was like
it's the most similar to the Grandpa's, which like makes sense because it's got the red and the black in there too.
I think I found a Grandpa mask at the. I think I sent it to you, Michael, like a picture.
Yeah.
Of it, like a long time ago. And I was like, "Hey, Forrest."
You can get them on like people make these masks on Etsy, but it's like $100 or some shit. I'm like, I could just not be lazy and buy 3 blank masks and do it myself.
I used to go to Chinatown because I lived out near Chinatown. Then I would buy like masks like that. I had like 2 or 3. Then I spray painted one just because I wanted to. Spray painted it white. But they didn't look anything like, you know, it was the same style, but the colors were all different. Like they were super multicolored. Like the same Asian style masks.
My favorite one.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, like I think the same after the scene or whatever. After this scene is when he shows them the pressure point dummy, and like it's so fun. I think I noticed as a kid, but like Colt and Rocky are trying to piece together what's going on. They're like, who was that guy? Da 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 da. But meanwhile, like Tum Tum is still working the dummy, but he's only going for the balls.
Yeah, he's just nuts the whole time.
It's like, he didn't look very friendly to me. Yeah. Okay, so we move from cabin to. I know we don't usually do this, but I think these are just fucking hilariously dumb that it's okay that we're going like beat by beat because I think it deserves that right now. So we go from grandpa's cabin, which I would love to see if it's still a standing structure. I would love to visit that. Yeah.
Topanga, California, according to Max Elliott Slade.
And then these kids have like kick-ass names. Do you know what Tum Tum's real name is? Chad Power. Like Max Power.
Kenny Powers.
A couple of Eastbound and Down fans here. So yeah, they go home and settle back in. Dad's being really standoffish and buried in his work and dismissive, and then
it's like he didn't even know they were coming home that day or something.
It's like it's the day before the first day of school. Why are they here? Why are they back? And then the mom, in an effort to try and console Colt, what does she say? Andrew,
I think you're gonna be a great ninja warrior. That's like the funniest shit. I think I sent Michael a voice memo saying that.
Just saying that.
He's just like, hey, he texted me. He says, "Hey, Michael," and I'm like, "What's up?" And then he sends the voicemail. I'm like, I'm trying not to. It was like at 1 in the morning. It was pretty creepy. I'm trying not to wake up my girlfriend with my laughter. Oh my god.
But before that scene, so like when they're driving back to in Grandpa's convertible, they're singing like this song about like shooting their teacher.
Yeah,
like a 44 Colt and like
it's a parody. So it's an old song called like on top of old. Yeah.
Or the spaghetti bowl song, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think it's stuff. Good.
Oh no, yeah, you're just like, oh yeah, this is an old movie because those are songs we used to sing as kids, but like seeing them like said out loud again and then in a movie is just kind of hilarious. Like, oh, that's why school shootings happen.
Oh,
that you listen.
I'm just wondering, like, how'd they come up with that? Was it because like they just all knew that song together, or were they taught that? Because they all went to different schools probably. And
like who wrote that in? And who wrote that?
They were on fucking point with that shit. Like they all knew it.
Yeah.
There's always like school chants we all grew up.
Yeah.
In, like different schools. So I'm just wondering if that's one of them.
It was very specific. It was very authentic. Like you could get the sense. Yeah, you got the sense that these were like real kids. Like like. And they actually do kind of.
I believe I can die, sort of thing.
Yeah,
like those kind of songs.
That's real. And I mean, well, their dad. I mean, there's probably several firearms in the house.
That they didn't use in the invasion, but it's okay.
Or the knife throwers.
I know. I was like, what? You got fucking knife throwers? I'm like, wait, aren't you the knife thrower? Strictly speaking, like, I need to kill motherfuckers with my hands. The slingshots, the knife throwers. And then they
meet. Well, after that they meet Emily, right?
Yeah, let's get in. Rocky.
They already know Emily, but we get to see.
We meet Emily. This is the girl, not the girl across the street. Not so much next door, but.
Is she all the way across the street?
I think she's across.
They live in a fucking cul-de-sac though, so they're not like super far.
Yeah, I mean maybe they're like 2 houses over or something. I mean enough to. I mean I'm just going by like laying the string for the pipe.
But they could see each other from their windows, so I thought it was like the side of their houses that were like I thought they were next to each other.
Yeah, and it's
over.
And it's like you get the sense that Rocky just likes her because like that's the only girl that will be friends with him probably because they grew up together.
This is Winnie Cooper.
Yeah, it's his Winnie Cooper. Absolutely, it's his Mary Jane.
Yeah, and then I mean, I think even before the Rocky Loves Emily part.
Yeah.
That's when like Snyder calls these dudes that are like calls the surfer dudes sticking up the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, so it's a trio of like stoners, and it's pretty fucking like honestly like. They actually elevate the movie quite a bit.
They're hella fun.
Yeah.
Like and Fester's really witty too.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, my good sir.
My good man. Could I get a Slurpee? Oh, we're totally sticking you up. Like he sounds like fucking Snake from The Simpsons. And like,
well, did you guys watch like the director's cut version? Because
I watched the one on Hulu. I watched whatever's on Hulu, which I think is the director's cut.
And there's like a scene he shoots like 3 bullets behind the guy, and like in the VHS, you don't see that.
Yeah, he
like,
just sticks him up.
But you do see the broken shit, and he's like, what the fuck? But I never knew why he looked like that, and so I saw this version, and I was like, whoa, I'm mind blown. I was very like that was.
I was about to say because they don't fire the guns once in the
house.
When he's holding all 3 of them at that one point, like I thought they were all fake. Like, but yeah, that makes. I didn't know that. But there's just this like really funny part where it's like, don't screw this up or we'll have to kill you, and he's just like, oh, bummer.
Bummer.
They ask him, he's like, I need you to round up some kids for him. He's like, would these be just like any kids, or do you have specific specific ones in mind?
You remember 6, you remember 3. I'll remember 3.
Men, it's time for some most excellent breaking and entering.
Synchronized watches.
Mr. Muffin Man, catch you later.
Like the feds weren't even tripping off like just some guys double parked in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
In a van that says "Die Yuppie Scum" on the front.
Yeah. What else do they have in? So they have like back to the boys. They have like a cool little room, little trampoline, bunk bed, video games. Alarm.
That's that FBI salary, bro. Shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they all have to share a room, which is kind of
yeah. Okay, it's a big.
You know what I mean? Just so Dad can have his office, you know.
Basically,
he pays the bills. Yeah.
he's Dad.
Oh, there's like a room that Mom is working on.
The room.
Oh, and that one too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was just the Home Alone thing, because like Kevin uses the whole renovated house in Home Alone too. Like they just needed an excuse for that.
It's clever how they did that, though. I appreciate that.
Honestly, Theo, if you grow your hair back out, you'll look just like or if you keep growing your hair out, you'll look just like the Asian stoner metalhead. The Asian stoner. I don't know. I never stayed till the end.
That guy was pretty funny, too, man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he just looked like
the Spicoli dude.
He did look like Spicoli. He was just like hella roided out Spicoli.
Yeah,
he only says dude.
Yeah,
that's the only thing he says.
Well, they probably just like he was probably just like an actual stuntman, because they just wanted like let's save a little bit of money. Let's just get a guy who we don't have to switch out, who will take all these falls. You know? Yeah. There
was like one series of dudes that just really got me. I can't remember which one it was though.
Like henchmen or like people they fight, or
when they're eating the pizza, he's just talking and just keeps going, dude. Yeah, dude.
He was I think that's an improv technique. It's the yes and, you know.
You're not supposed to say no and improv shit.
Yeah.
You kill the scene.
Yeah. You just keep it going, you keep passing the ball around, you know.
Yeah. Dude.
Did you Theo, did you notice just how much, let's bring it back to Rocky here for a second, aka Michael Trainer. That's him. Did you notice how much he like gestures with his hands, like in this movie? He's always like, guys, what did I say? No fighting. Like Chris Rock.
There's a lot of hand acting.
Like Chris Rock or some shit. And it's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. And it occurred to me, maybe he's just like practicing his blade hand technique at any given point, you know, like he's just ready.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, oh Lord.
Like, he's always like trying to stop them, so he's like,
yeah, basically, yeah.
Listen to me, like,
it's like Michael Jackson.
I'm talking now.
Like Michael Jackson at the end of the Beat It video. Oh my God.
We're doing a lot of hand gestures that
you're
not gonna see on the podcast, but yeah.
That's like, oh my God.
Just waving it around. We're doing karate.
Yeah. And then the plot thickens here. The first day of school. That scene in the kitchen. That's like honestly, yeah. This movie also kind of gives you like Goonies vibes, like the first when it's like just the chaos of these kids, like they're talking over each other and they're just always yelling. And Colt's like, "Where's my backpack?" And his fucking backpack's right on.
Where's my notebook?
Where's my notebook? Yeah. Where's my snack pack?
I like how the mom tells Rocky to get his feet off the table, but Tum could put his ass on the counter.
He's sitting on the kitchen island.
What the fuck?
And he's like, and he has the audacity to like tell her that she's like packing their lunches wrong or something.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I want to cut diagonally, like treating her like a maid, and that's just her. That's just who she is in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky does some shit, I think, in Knuckle Up, where he's like, "Hurry up, Grandpa."
Yeah, he's a little more.
They just talk to their fucking old elders like that.
Yeah. Which is weird. Well, I mean, like, I guess that's what happens when your mom is. I guess she didn't take that from her Asian side. Like, they don't fear the adults in their lives one way or another.
Right. Yeah.
So this is what happens when you present the Eastern martial philosophies of Asian culture, but with the complete lack of accountability found in parenting and white culture and American culture.
Have they studied our Eastern philosophies like the rest of our men?
Yeah.
But they do a lot of reading.
That was pretty. That was a good cut gag. That was pretty. This is sharp. Who the fuck wrote this? This is honestly like, this might be the funniest. I think this is the funniest out of all the three.
Yeah. Definitely. Especially once they get into the house, it's game over at that point. Let me go get my laptop charger real quick.
Oh shit. Okay. No good. Yeah. We'll transition. So yeah, let's bring it over. So let's bring it over to, I guess, then the plot kind of thickens. It seems the boys are kind of on top of their game, but, then it's like, I think that's honestly kind of how it is. It's like, when you're at home, you're kind of the master of your own destiny, or like summer vacation, everything's cool. Like, the boys are in their element, and then we're introduced to, like, the kids they go to school with who, like, don't give a fuck that they know martial arts.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, cool. Like, just to bring it back a little bit.
Oh yeah,
like,
sure.
They're like cool little like the biking scene.
The bike sequence.
I don't know what the thing is with like ninjas and extreme sports like meshing together. That like in that era, that like was like just the biggest thing. Like, we're just gonna have adrenaline pumping this whole.
It really is.
I mean? Like, that's what it's supposed to be.
It's kinetic as fuck. Yes.
But then she gets her bike taken, and then it's Rocky's fault somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. Like, she gets pissed.
Well, she calls him a show off, and I'm like, why was she just like upset about the shortcut? Like, what's showing off? Like, I'm just gonna. It wasn't even like, okay, yeah, there were some like little bunny hill hops, but I was just like, we're just knowing Rocky. He's just like, it's the first day of school. We're gonna be late. Let's take a shortcut through this housing development. So I really, you're right. Emily was getting upset for kind of no reason, I would say. Yeah.
And then that just starts Emily being pissed at him.
Like,
the whole movie.
For the whole. This is the worst. This was the worst first day of school ever. Well, no, she was cool with it by the end. By that night, like. But
that's true.
Yeah.
She forgave him.
Yeah. Oh, we were just. Oh, Andrew's probably refreshing his mic, so we'll just keep on trucking. Yeah. So. And again, it was just so weird. I'm like, these kids live here, like, in the valley and shit. Like, I don't know. It's like, and the funniest thing to me is that, like, these kids know what a cult is. Like, they know what a cult offhand is enough to, like, make horsey jokes at his expense. Like, hey, little horsey, can I get you some hay?
I know, like, when did you? Yep.
All right, cool.
Back.
Yeah.
No, like, I don't know. Yeah, how did they find out his name so quickly? Like,
he's like, Colt, no
like,
fighting.
Pony Kid and
like
all this other stuff,
Like, all these horsey jokes and stuff. Like, so, he got the shit end of that stick for sure.
Yeah. Then there's also the other one during the bike scene. Sorry, I really like the scene.
Okay, it's clearly captured your imagination, so please go.
Then there's also the fender bender that they had with, like, the police. And then Tum Tum says something, and they're like, "Shut up!" No,
you, sir. That's how
you, sir.
That's how I learned the term. That's how I learned the term fender bender was from this movie.
Yeah. Fender bender. Like, yeah, just some good surfer dude dialogue there. But yeah, so now we can fast forward to basketball.
Yeah.
So that they're ninjas, so it makes them good at basketball somehow.
Yeah. We were talking, Andrew. We were talking about real quick just how fucking funny it is that like the kids are, they're high on their own supply. When they're training at grandpa's, it's all good. Like they're really on top of their stuff. But then when they go to the real world, no one gives a shit that they know. Like they have zero respect at school. They might just be like the three brothers. Like those guys are fucking weird. Like.
Yeah, for sure, man. They're not popular.
Yeah.
Give us
Dude,
the
I
ball
tried to hang
back.
out. Yeah, I tried to hang out with Rocky during summer, but he was in the woods with his grandpa or something. Loser.
He plays with masks and shit.
Yeah. So let's go into so what is it again? Like, oh yeah, that was another funny thing in the director's cut. Colt's just playing like two square with the kid. Well, he has at least one friend, and they're debating who would win in a fight, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Bruce Lee. And the black kid's like, Schwarzenegger would totally win. And then Colt, of course, being the martial artist, he's like, nah, Bruce Lee would kill Schwarzenegger.
Well, okay, this might be like maybe just jumping ahead, but with the basketball game, did you notice in the director's cut they lose the game, but in the one I seen they win?
Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, so like, do they just do they win with a slam dunk or with just one more shot?
It's the slam dunk.
It is the slam dunk. Rocky's
like the third point.
Yeah, that was the weird. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, in the VHS cut, Rocky wins with the slam dunk, and you see like that. There's that shot of the legs like bicycling across the screen.
But then but in the VHS one, some of it doesn't make sense. Like the thing with Colt jumping over the guy, like it didn't connect as well.
Or getting like flipped over and
yeah.
And just getting overall pissed. Like he's ready to throw hands like 7 times during that game. I really feel the rage bubbling too, and he's like, shut up. He's like, just let me handle this.
Because we all want Rocky to shut up, man.
Yeah, honestly, he's
just saying what we're saying.
Yeah, he's saying what we're all thinking and are too afraid to do it. And Rocky's just like, yeah, he's just kind of bland, like.
Yeah, I was trying to find that like an adult size of that fucking crew neck he's wearing with the collar coming out of it when he's playing basketball.
Oh.
Looks fucking fresh.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah,
I mean,
fashion was pretty cool in this. Like the dude had like the POW hat, like it's like the flag, the POW flag. I don't know. And then I forgot, like there's a couple good shoes in there. Too,
Colt's just dressed like he walked off the set of the first season of Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
he got cut. He got denied the Corey audition.
Yeah,
he failed that and walked on the Three Ninjas.
He's like, I'll do it myself. They say "shut up" a lot in this movie. I noticed that. Yeah. And then
the villain. I mean, can we talk about his accent? I don't know. What he's doing.
It's like kind of Caribbean, like little bit of Ricardo Montalban maybe or something like that. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, it's so weird. And this.
No, I'm talking about the bully.
Oh, the bully. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh,
bully.
you mean Darren? Is it?
Yeah,
we learned
like,
or the black kid.
The white kid.
The white kid.
Like,
nice
the
bike.
White kid that thinks he's black.
Nice bike. Looks like it fit my little sister perfectly.
Yeah, that's the line.
I choose you, girl.
I choose you, girl. Yeah, that one at the end.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah.
He just has a hard on for Colt because I think he respects him. He doesn't respect the other two.
Yeah,
that's
or he's most threatened by Colt. So
yeah. Oh yeah, for real.
Fucker Rocky doesn't even care.
9 points, 9-point lead. I'll take those odds or some shit.
I'll take those odds.
I'm just improving at this point, but yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Seems like I'm collecting quite a few bikes today.
Oh my god, he does say that.
Is he General Grievous? Like, what are you doing?
Another bike to add to my collection.
Exactly.
Laugh.
Yeah, when he tells the joke.
I thought the black kid. I thought that was young Doughboy from Boys in the Hood at the beginning of Boys in the Hood.
He does look kind of like young Doughboy.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's like, I'm like, good for them though. They're wearing those hoodies in like the really deserty part of like SoCal, like. So maybe they're just pissed because they're warm. Or, maybe that's why like
They're just hot.
Maybe like you know how like Ice Cube went to school, like in Long Beach or some shit. He had to ride the bus 20 miles to like because his mom didn't want him going to school in their neighborhood. Maybe those kids, it's the same thing, and that's why they have to try so hard because they're like. You know, they're like
but
they're like inter-district transfers.
Too.
Yeah, okay, but well, maybe their parents their parents just dropped them off hella early because they got jobs and shit, and so they're just biding their time, and like they're trying to just like establish dominance over these kids whose dad is in the FBI. Like that'll get them some respect.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did y'all notice the Dare water bottle on their desk?
Yeah.
It was like super just in your face. Yeah.
My brothers are retarded. I think that's when he says that.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The part and then the scene where Colt's like sulking in the dad's office, it looks like he was really trying to make himself cry. Like his eyes were red, noticeably so. Like, I'm so sorry, bud. Like, you just want to like hug him, but also just like tell him to stop punching people all the time. So, all right, let's get into the Home Alone sequence, guys. Like the suit up, Dad will see that our ninja training is worth it. Yes. Yeah.
Get rid of these home invaders.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty crafty like the stoner dudes. They're pretty like savvy with the pizza man, and then getting into the house with the babysitter, and like I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean that kind of just helped. Like I was like, why did he call these people? But I was like, okay, they have some redeeming qualities and skills.
I mean, like
qualifications for this job.
Yeah, I mean, weed can make you pretty creative. You know, it's like, there's a lot of very successful stoners out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wrote a little note about like Colt spray painting this mask that his grandpa gave him.
That's like a fucking heirloom. I'm like,
yeah,
dude.
Like, isn't that a family like this is an old like family heirloom that your grandpa gave to you, and now it's just white.
It's a rite of passage, and he's just like, yeah, all right, cool. This'll do.
But I mean, I guess he was just doing the ninja thing.
That's true. I think he's like grandpa would have wanted to do it.
Yeah, grandpa would have done it. But then like, why'd he even put it on? I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, you are white, kid. Yeah.
Because he is white. Because he's actually white. So that's where it works. You guys get the sense that like, so Rock.
It's freaky though. Yeah. Like if I was a home invader and I just like some kid in a Jabberwocky's mask just popped out and like punched my friends, like I'd be a little freaked out too. So
yeah,
it's I guess it works.
Just as a quick aside before we get back to this point, like you get like Rocky's constantly making reference to be like, this is what a ninja does. Da 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 da. Like it's like Wedding Crashers when they're like wedding crashing rule number 15. You get the sense that like there's no actual ninja rules. Like Grandpa was just making shit up to like get them to behave. He's like a ninja always wipes the toilet seat after he's done using the bathroom.
Oh, okay,
just being a good human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's friendly to his environment. He trusts his environment because he loves nature. I'm like, all these ninja rules are like all these run-on sentences. It's just like there's too much that goes into this whole process. But yeah, honestly, this Home Alone shit, like they get pretty creative, like with the spice, the coffee filters and the spices. Like that looks really fucking painful.
Those guys I think they give Marv and Harry a good run for their money with like how they sell everything. You know, I think they do a pretty good job. They might even be funnier than Marv and Harry, except like the electrocution in Home Alone 2 is pretty funny. That's pretty bad.
I mean, like,
even like when they're in the room, it's fucking hilarious. Like when they see the shoe and he pulls it, and the guy's like, "Oh, fake out." Shut up. You know, like there's just scenes like that.
Yeah.
I think we just want to kidnap you.
We don't want to kill you. All right, boys. First we feast, then we felony.
That's pretty good za too.
Dude, but then
never got a pizza on a robbery.
There's that part in the banister where he like ties him up in like a noose. Like, I'm
yeah,
what ninja technique is this? Like,
well, you never played.
Hang this guy on the banister.
You never played Tenchu Silent Assassins on PS1.
Oh yeah,
that is a thing.
Oh yeah, Michael, the pepper bombs. That's like my favorite. That's like my favorite scene where he hits him. He's like, "Stop!"
It burns, dude.
It's like a genuine like stop.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he really took that shit to the face. Like, even if it wasn't actually like spices, but it looked, like It was, and you could see he was like packing it in hella firm. He took like 10 minutes to make those bombs. Like used up all the spices in the house probably.
Like hella lorries in there.
Yeah.
The diarrhea soda.
Yeah, I was gonna say like what's a 90s comedy without like some kind of laxative joke. Yeah. So that's pretty great. That's it. You said that was your favorite Tum Tum thing, right, Andrew? Were you just like walking?
I just think it was like a good presentation of him. Like,
yeah.
I think we were talking about our secret sauce of the movie, and I think that was like one of the things where the shit he does, his little one-liners.
Yeah, he plays a lot of mind games before he can punch you in the face.
Yeah, surprisingly, that kind of makes him like Donatello, maybe.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really have a representative for Donatello.
You're gonna say something, Theo? You were gonna say that?
I mean, just like that whole scene with the laxatives. Like, I just always remember that, like, that soda thing, because I remember like people used to do like iced tea from McDonald's and then put like creamer in it.
Oh.
Because it would taste like a milk tea sort of thing.
Oh my god.
But any time I saw someone do that, I was like, that looks like Three Ninjas laxative soda. Like, I'm not touching that, and like I'm not gonna drink that.
It sure is good.
Instant diarrhea.
Yeah.
He really stretched every syllable out of the word
what
diarrhea.
Like he was like, oh, remember that one summer you couldn't like
remember
sick and couldn't take a crap
for
like,
3 days.
Took a dump. Yeah.
It was really.
I guess, family remembers that shit about each other.
Yeah.
Remember the time you shit?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Remember you shit your pants last winter?
People don't forget.
People don't forget. Yeah.
What I do like about that scene though, when they're in the office and then they have Emily with the laughing, and the Asian dude with the his face is turned like straight up from laughter to like despair because he needs to take a shit. Like that gets me every time. It's like I don't feel so hot.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then we get to that scene where he's with 3 hands and is it don't move.
No threat.
Oh, and then
all right, Emily.
They had Emily to come over. That's what they had, right? Like, come over. It's important.
Oh yeah.
Come over.
They're in the fucking behind like the planet, the potted plant when she walks in. That kills me too.
Miss Douglas. Rocky, Samuel. Oh my god, let's see where else.
And they're about to win, right?
Yeah.
And then the dude, Ninja, like the M16, and then the big dude come in. It's like, why didn't you just send them in originally?
Right,
but
yeah.
It's okay.
Were they just outside the whole
time?
Well,
no, they needed it to
be.
They didn't want. I mean, obviously, like Snyder's a person who doesn't really care about being found out, but at least he probably wanted to put some distance, like,
Yeah, it's true.
That's why
I mean, even the lawyer went in. It's like that was kind of unwise. Hey kids. Hiya kids.
Yeah, and then here's where the movie gets to the most 80s place possible with the climax on on a ship in the harbor, and like Grandpa fucking beforehand he's just like practicing his Grandpa's stunt double, swear to God, like that man doing like crazy sword stuff, and he's like, we'll protect our family, old friend. I don't care how many people. I don't care how many people I have to kill to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think that was him in the ninja suit.
I was gonna say no, like the first time you see Grandpa fight when he's just like in the the striped sweater, and it's pretty decent like cutting and stuff.
Yeah, do they give him like I noticed like in the later movies he has like the belly, like whatever his stunt double is, like puts the little belly on his own. But I don't know if he had it in this one. I think they just didn't care this.
He looked. I mean, I think what's Victor Wong he was a little leaner in this one, but I think he just like Asian dudes like when they get older they just like pudge out progressively more and more like with every single year. But and then he just rolls up to the house in his ninja outfit, like all these FBI got.
Give me 1 hour.
Give me 1 hour.
He's a ninja.
1 hour. It's funny because like when I was a kid, I thought 1 hour was a long time, but now like I'm kind of with the dad. Like 1 hour, like it's kind of a it might take like 30 minutes to get there.
I know, just to get to the coast.
What harbor?
Exactly.
But he's like, I think he's like, oh, they won't see me. But then like the line right before that, it's like, dude, we just followed you. Like,
oh yeah,
the dad, he's like, yeah, we just followed you. We knew where you were. So it's like, okay, I don't have a lot of faith in you right now, Grandpa.
It's easy. We followed you.
Yeah.
Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there was that whole bit. Yeah, then we get into the third act where they're on the ship and everything, and
Is
then
he supposed to be Jewish too? Snyder? Is that like his attempt
maybe he's like maybe he's like
attempt at a Jewish accent?
maybe or maybe he's like Israeli, like Gal Gadot or some shit.
Okay.
Like
That's Jewish.
he might be like Ashkenazi Jewish. Like I think those are the folks who are really like
Israelite.
or Sephardic. Like those are the folks who are a little more like like darker skinned and stuff.
Zionist.
Yeah. So and then this part was when they're in the jail cell you see kind of like the Raphael. So Colt's definitely the Raphael of these bros. So and you see like the classic Raphael Leonardo like argument and shit.
He ditches his uniform.
Yeah, he takes off his fucking gi. I'm like, oh, that's how pissed he is. Like, yeah.
He's denouncing it.
But he's got that sick ass sweater, so good for him. You think he should let that bad boy shine? Yeah.
Just a side note, I'm not sure I like the satin-like gi that they had. I kind of like the ones in Kickback and Knuckle Up a little more, like just the regular cloth.
Yeah.
The shiny ones didn't. I mean, I liked them, but it was a little too Bloodsport for me. Like,
Bloodsport. Absolutely.
Because Snyder like at the end has like that black like satin.
It's it's like maroon. It's like it looks
like maroon. You're right.
It's
like deep red, and it's like he's going straight to like. It just looks like a boxer's outfit.
Or he's going to like an orgy. Yeah. He's just missing
he's got the Hugh Hefner robe on.
Yeah, it's a smoking jacket. He's just missing like the eyes wide shut mask, like the mask with a little stick on it or whatever.
A little like puff sweatshirt thing underneath, like
the ascot.
There you go.
Oh yeah. A dick and a neckerchief.
Yeah, and I tried to look up this guy. He's like hasn't been in anything.
Rand Kingsley.
I wanted to see if he was like maybe a martial arts something, you know. Nope.
That was good. I don't think. I mean, is when he practicing his hooks with his lawyer. His technique was shit. Like it was leaning forward way too much.
In that catcher's outfit, right?
Yeah. What's his name?
Rand Kingsley.
Rand Kingsley.
But if you Google Rand Kingsley, you just get a lot of pictures of Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley pops up when you look him up because he's like just.
That's the only other Kingsley
he was in.
Yeah.
He was in that and like one other like mini thing.
Yeah.
Garden of Evil.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was born in 1947.
I was gonna say he's almost old enough to be my grandma.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So they're in the they're like in that prison, right?
Yeah, like in the brig, I believe it's called.
Yeah, and then this is the one where they do the phone.
The phone
thing,
bit,
right?
like, I want to test out the phone.
Yeah, like what?
I'm in the kid's cell.
And then like when they come in, they're like, "Where are they?" And then he's just like, "I don't know." He like shrugs the ninja that got taken over.
He hits him with
the phone. He has to swing it.
Yeah, he gets hit with the phone, knocked out by it.
Let's warm up a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
When the killer comes, we can just hit him with this.
Yeah.
And the whole time Rocky and
I got a plan.
The whole time Rocky and Colt are arguing, Tum Tum's just like he's like this. He's like, guys, my scab came off. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
he's picking at it the whole movie.
I'm like, okay, Ralph Wiggum, like seriously. He's like, the leprechaun told me to burn things. But yeah, this starts, and then it cross cuts with like Grandpa just killing motherfuckers, just like
everything.
Doing some actual ninja stuff. Like the way like honestly, I was scared for the stuntman when he just throws himself onto the ropes. Like he easily could have missed and just landed in like the gross ass harbor, but he just swan dives in. Like good for him.
Can we talk about the creepy guy?
Let's get there, but let's just
sword?
let's get there, but let's just go through like that. I think that's my favorite fight sequence is with them working their way through the ship because they get cornered, and then you see Colt fucking rip a pipe out of the wall with his bare hands to make and then
with the nunchucks.
And then Rocky gets like two wrenches, and then Tum Tum just gets a handful of chains. And then what's funniest to me is that Colt and Rocky are like facing the actual guys, like just flexing, doing their nunchuck thing, and then Tum Tum's off to the side in the corner, not even facing the same direction. And then it fucks my shit up. It's like, oh my god, like these children are ready for battle. They will kill to get out of this.
They want to fight.
They were like, this is what we've been waiting for since earlier today at school, and we couldn't really do this. Like, this is like Colts just wants to satisfy his bloodlust from the basketball game.
Yes.
Like, I can talk myself into this. Like, this is fine. Like, these are bad dudes. Let's make them bleed.
And they're also swinging swords at them and shit too. It's like these adults like really don't hesitate to like go all out with these kids. They
want to kill 3 kids.
They're worse than the stormtroopers, but they like really swing for the head. And
like they make contact, full on contact. I think that's the thing that I didn't realize this until now, but probably the reason I liked this, like I got such a charge out of these fight scenes, was like, as opposed to Power Rangers. In Power Rangers, no one actually throws a punch, or like you would see them punch like a putty, but like the putty's body you wouldn't see the fist because the putty would be in the way of it, and they would only ever get punched in the chest. But here it's like they punch people in the fucking face like every other hit. So it's like it's very visceral. So that's definitely why. But yeah, let's get to creepy sword guy, Andrew.
I just wanted to bring him up because it's like that's the weirdest scene in the movie. I don't like get it at all. I didn't know what they were like doing a callback to, or if there was like any kind of threat. But they totally buried him. Like it was just the worst villain they can come across.
Like just like the kabuki makeup, and he licks his sword and.
Is that this one or
it's this one.
The Japan one?
No, it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah. They run up. It's after the nunchuck fight.
Licking the
and he's like standing like this, like the fucking like the crow or some shit. Yeah. And then, Colt just stops short of like cutting his arms and legs off. He's just that good.
Like he just Zorros him like in like Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, he Catherine Zeta-Jones is him.
He's hitting him blade side. Like, the blade is hitting him. Yeah, obviously. You're not gonna slice motherfuckers in half in this movie, but.
And then they run into Grandpa, like classic, like meeting in the middle of a hallway, and then they witness their grandfather throw a kunai right into somebody's heart.
Yeah.
And then,
Grandpa!
I'm so sorry I disowned you 20 minutes ago, Grandpa.
We're good now, right?
Okay.
Yes, he needed to prove himself.
I guess, yeah.
But like they don't really show that. I think they could have made the audience feel like maybe Grandpa was on the wrong side. It would have made I think there would have been some more investment. Because for me, like it slows down a little bit once they get on the boat until they start fighting again.
Yeah.
So I think if we thought Grandpa was like on the other side, it might have been a little cooler. To where that scene in the hallway would have, been a little more heartfelt. It's a kids movie, so it's all right.
If only like Snyder it was more blatant that Snyder was like blackmailing him, like Fate of the Furious, like Vin Diesel and Fate of the Furious. Like if it was like that, I got no choice or some shit. But then
you just always know he's a good guy.
Yeah, it's all gonna be fine. But still, it's just the fight, and then the fight scene like in the training room's pretty dope too.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they have more room to like tumble around and stuff. But then you just get how you see the acting chops or lack thereof between the boys relative. Like, so okay, which of the boys, like this original lineup, which of the boys do you think is the best actor? Like, who do you think is most believable? I would say, like,
probably Colt, just because he tries.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I think Tum Tum tries, but he doesn't really. He's a little more irrelevant than.
Yeah, more irreverent. Like he's more of a smartass and stuff. But then like when Rocky tries to be a badass, you just can't buy it. He's like he literally goes like, "Come on, boy, round 2."
I guess like the word is that the kid that played Rocky didn't like.
He didn't like acting. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it shows that. It kind of shows.
Yeah, like he was.
But he has his moments.
Yeah,
he has good chemistry with them for sure.
Yeah, but it's just like with the kids, like, cause you're just like, oh, we're just saying these words and shit. Yeah, but he's definitely like, as like a martial artist, that like as like a 12-year-old kid who knew karate, like he's pretty strong. Like shit, I'm like, these kids must stretch a lot because they just do a lot of fucking kicks. Like
when I used to take karate, and, like a lot of those moves were a lot more doable back then. I can't imagine doing them now.
Yeah.
Or, like doing like a jump kick or something, or just being in shape. Because I knew. I mean, you guys probably knew people that went to like gymnastics and stuff, and could do like tumbles, and could probably do what Colt does at the end of kickback. And,
Speaking of flips, wait, I have a lot to say about the next movie. Good God.
What happens next? Where are we at in this?
We're pretty much at the climax. Snyder versus Snyder versus. Oh yeah, they use the pressure points on the big guy.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's light this dude up.
The punch.
But I mean, pretty much only. Because like Grandpa's being held back, right? Or like he's like up top or something, and then he's like, like it's used the force moment. And it's literally just kicking him in the balls.
Remember boys! Remember the practice, dummy.
Remember.
The cool part about that, like that guy looks like he's in a lot of pain. Like he does make.
He's a pro wrestler. You got to sell it.
He sells it. For sure. That was awesome.
And then they get surrounded by ninjas with guns.
With Uzis.
And then like.
Don't they make a comment about that?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
It's like ninjas with like they don't have guns or.
It's like then they're not real ninjas, Colt. Ninjas don't use guns, Colt. Come on, Colt.
Come on, Colt. But then like Grandpa like he's like, all right, I'm gonna swoop in and help them. They all have like guns pointed towards them and stuff, but and then he gets coaxed into that the final battle.
Yeah. I never lose. I win.
Not a bad fight.
He gets pit. Yeah. Oh no, then no, it's fine. Yeah, like they were talking about like the pepper bomb and like like oh wow, he's using pepper and like dude, you just used that like why is why are you so pissed about that right now? Like that's something he probably got from you, you know.
I mean, your grandpa, like he learned it from your grandpa. You learned it from your grandpa too. Like your grandpa fucking. You guys, and again, speaking of top down, like, yeah, they fight dirty because Grandpa taught them to fight dirty.
Yeah, because your enemy's gonna fight dirty for sure.
No mercy, strike first, strike hard. They're Cobra Kais, dude. They fight like Cobra Kais. Like, and
well, you asked me, Michael. Like, I guess we could tangent off. Like, who would win, Grandpa or Mr. Miyagi?
Oh yeah.
Grandpa hands.
I would go with Grandpa.
Grandpa's way faster than Mr. Miyagi. Like, good God.
But I mean, like, I guess was Grandpa like a war hero? Maybe he was a criminal. Like,
no, he was definitely probably. I mean, like, he allied himself with the arms dealer guy for a while.
So like, I guess the World War II thing with Miyagi doesn't really matter in this sense. So like, they're kind of equal on that point. I think he has a better car collection.
Oh, if Miyagi's got better cars, that's for sure. Yeah. He's just got the one shitty convertible.
Who's a better gardener?
Yeah.
That might be a better.
I didn't see any bonsais in the cabin, man.
We had way more flowers.
Yeah. Listen to the flower. We gotta listen to the flowers next.
Listen to the flowers.
And then whatever fucking Snyder chokes on jelly beans and the way he reacts to getting shot, he's just like, ugh. It's like there's no. He's like, well, okay, fine. I guess we're done here.
Yeah.
And then
okay, I'm shot.
Whatever. And then let's just talk about this alternate ending real quick because I never knew this was a thing. Like,
yeah.
And I don't even know this.
So in the VHS cut, it's your standard, drive off into the night to celebrate credits.
It was like the same as Double Dragon.
Same. Die Hard, any number of action movies, but the Hulu version, it cuts back. So this is like. This would explain why Emily's cool with them later that night. So
let me ride your bike.
Yeah. Like it cuts back to they're going home from the first day of school, and Tum Tum's got his bike, but doesn't let his brothers use it. And then Emily's walking with them too, and then the bullies roll up again, and he's like, "Hey, we beat you in basketball. You're a stupid bitch." Blah blah blah. And then they oh no, yeah, this time they're all being restrained.
Now we're gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, and then the black kid keeps trying to provoke Rocky, and he's like, "I'm not gonna fight you." and then Emily just looks and she's like, "Throw off." So then he proceeds to just beat the fucking shit out of little doughboy, and then they get their bikes back. And that was
notice like the first kick there cuts to that other kid that makes that really wild face,
like a double take thing. Like, yeah.
That kills me.
Like the Tim Allen,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I never knew that existed either
It was
until I
like-
watched this.
Mhm.
I might have seen that on TV actually, like on TBS or something.
I was just like, oh, so this is where their stepbrothers got it from. It's the same shit, the same subplot. Oh Lord. So that's Three Ninjas. Let me just I made this fun for myself, but this fucking hurt. I counted the number of times that they key-eyed. Let me get some prices. Let me get some Prices Right estimates. How many times you got? Just
200.
Okay.
Approximately.
So like a Kia and IO?
No. Well, a key-eye is the term for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go a little lower than that. I guess we'll do real Prices Right, like 150, like maybe.
Okay.
Does they even do it like when they like hit the buttons? And
Yeah.
Just to punctuate anything, whether it's an actual physical strike on another person's
Or
body.
even like leaping from a surface. Like
Like JDF, man, what do you expect? Like let's see. Okay, well, survey says 251.
Wow.
251 times.
Damn,
He has
you
tally
count-
marks, guys. He counted.
Well, I didn't have one of those.
It's like a boxing score.
Yeah.
I would have gotten just one of those little silver things where you like press the
it's like the
button.
clicker?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
clicker. That would have been way more fun and easier to track. But yeah.
Wow, your let me see those tallies again. Those are like pretty well spaced out. Like,
I mean, it's a pretty big
Yeah,
post-it,
look at that.
so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Secret
I'm
sauce
doing
for
the
the
research.
for part one.
Oh yeah, sure. It's either this. It's a tie from between the Stoners and I think Tum Tum. I really like Tum Tum in this one, just because he's just having fun. Really, he doesn't really feel any sense of threat. He doesn't. He's just enjoying himself.
Yeah, maybe the same. It's same for me. One of those two guys.
How about you, Theo?
yeah, you're gonna have to explain to me what.
Oh,
secret sauce
so
is.
secret sauce is just like what your favorite like element of the thing was. Like you could call
Like
it
Ed
Ed
sauce and good burger.
Ed sauce and Good Burger is the touchstone for that.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the surfer dudes for sure. They're like one of those things that, like, the most iconic and things that I remembered from this movie. You know. But yeah.
And they make it
also,
so enjoyable as an adult. Like to
Mhm.
watch, they really change
Yeah.
the dynamic.
Slurpee,
Cool.
Slurpee, radical.
Dude.
Yeah. And I mean,
Or
all
the,
these like.
yeah.
Oh well, I mean, like another secret sauce thing for me is like all these like random like subplot tropes of a '90s movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a real cohesive story, but they just like try to hit every single tally
Yeah.
of like what a '90s movie is. But I think it works. Well.
Yeah, they just threw all these items in the bowl and try to make a salad out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
They just had a bunch of ideas,
Yeah.
pulled them out of a hat. Like, let's pick 5 ideas and then put them into a
Yeah.
movie. You know.
But it's like it's a riff on like the familiar, and I'm like, yeah, I think that is what's nice about it, because it's like, oh, the Home Alone shit is really just the second act, you know, like
Yeah.
and then we go into the fucking booby trap into the dragon's lair for the third act and shit,
Yeah.
like yeah. Okay, so, are we gonna go release order or timeline order here, guys?
Yeah, here we go. Are we starting?
I don't know.
It's
What do
up
you guys
to
think?
I prefer, because again I like a nice clean timeline, so I would rather go with timeline order. So could we do Knuckle Up next? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the next
yeah.
installment is Knuckle Up. So they filmed these two back to back. Is what I learned.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Which makes sense because like the kids. But you could definitely tell in this one, they are, like, going through puberty, like the two older ones at least. Like, there are points in the movie, there are random points where Rocky has braces and then he doesn't, and then he has braces again. I'd never noticed that before.
Oh, wow.
And he's like,
taller. Than
yeah.
Rocky in some
And he's
parts,
like, it just, like, slimmed down overall. So the villain in this installment is Manifest Destiny. Because And so it's
Jack Napier.
It's the next it's the next summer, and somehow the boys find themselves embroiled in like a struggle over land rights for a Native American tribe and like some evil toxic waste management guy.
It's really on some Temple of Doom setup kind of shit. They're just like passing through and they just happen to see this. Yeah, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, they kind of just fall into the situation. Like this one has like for me has the weakest. Just my initial take of this one is it has the weakest story, but it has the best fights. For me, like pound for pound, I would say.
I think the story for me is a little more clear cut than the first one.
Oh yeah, it is easier to follow. That's for sure. Yeah.
As far as like, because I'm not even sure why, like what the relationship between Snyder and Grandpa is. Like it's not as clear as it could be for me. But I think with this one, you know, like exactly what's happening because it's not really about them.
That's true.
I think that's the kind of like I think that's a strength, but it's also like maybe it turns people off of it.
It's like a Western or whatever. They come in and it's like Three Amigos. They just come in to help this town and shit.
Yeah, so it's like a Mando situation.
Mando, yeah, it's Mandalorian. That's right.
Yeah, so they're just like they're driving up to the cabin, right? I think it's probably like their first day, and then they see a protest. And they like in Tum Tum's dumbass, cool Indian.
Yeah. There's a lot of the word Indian.
I was gonna say the four.
It's heavy.
The four most used words in this screenplay. I didn't count because that would have been way too hard.
Yeah.
Indians, ninja, land, and disc.
Disc, yeah.
The disc. Get the disc.
Get the disc. The disc. Floppy disk.
Yeah, they say it like 6 times in that sequence. Like, gotta get the quiver. The disc is in there. The disc. The disc. Disc. I want to I'll fast forward a little bit and just say like I think JJ is like one of my favorite villains.
I think he's your favorite villain in the franchise.
Not even on purpose. It's just he like for the amount of time he has on screen, he kills it. Pretty much.
Yeah, because he's not even the big bad. He's just like the number 2 guy. Like he's the equivalent of the Jewish lawyer, but he gets his hands dirty. He tries to set the kids on fire. He tries to burn them alive.
So, yeah, pretty much, right? Like but then what happens? What's the foreshadowing in it? Like he pushes down Joe, who's played by Crystal Lightning, the little girl, and Colt sees it, right? And then he recognizes her in the pizza parlor the next day, like as they're.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that's like the biggest foreshadowing piece of this movie.
Yeah.
That pizza parlor fight fucking holds up. They used to play on a loop at like the Hollywood Video here in Daly City. Yeah, so I just remember like Colt doing the backflip to like dodge the billiard ball, and then
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the amount of flipping in this one is fucking nuts. Like
it's pretty insane.
It's really. I feel like you're watching a Jackie Chan movie because it's a lot more. The fights are a lot more slapsticky and like, yeah, as you said, like they're working with like props and. You know, they're like, oh, I'm going to use the pizza as a weapon, or I'm going to use the chair as a weapon. Or...
So they go to the pizza parlor because there's no food in the house,
yeah.
Right? That's kind of like the setup?
Yeah.
Was it the next day, or...?
It's probably the next day. Yeah, it was probably after. Yeah.
Well, because what... Okay. Oh, yeah, because what's his name? Because Grandpa has to go shopping.
Yeah, he's like, I got to get groceries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he doesn't like pizza.
Okay, I want to go play foosball.
Yeah.
It's pizza.
Yeah. And then further showing like how like freakishly strong Colt is, he just breaks the stick when Grandpa tries to test during the morning test. He's just like, well, bam, and it just breaks in half.
Yeah.
So like they go to the pizza parlor. Then what happens? That the girl walks in, right?
Yeah.
She walks into the pizza parlor.
Where's my father?
The dudes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did you do to him?
Oh god,
that was a cool scene, but the only thing that like really gets me is like when he pours the drink on
That's
her.
Fucked up.
That's just kind of weird.
Beard on her.
No. Didn't he say like soda, it's soda? Because like she's too young for beer. Like so he
uses soda.
Yeah, but it's still super fucked up. Like there's just a lot of the wanton child endangerment is really great.
Yeah. Anybody got a problem with that? Yeah.
I said anybody got a problem with that?
Yeah, and
I love when they like when he gives his homie the high five and then they do like the heel kick after.
Yeah, we gotta start. We gotta start doing that high five, Theo. You're too little for the good rides at the carnival.
Yeah, we saw what kind of people didn't want to get into this altercation with these people. Like, we saw who was in that pizza parlor. So yeah, and then they kind of step in and everything like that to find us out. But there's some pretty well-known actors in this one, so that's why I was surprised when you said that this was like second filmed. You know what I mean? Because like I thought this was third filmed. They were able to get like pretty B-list, like these guys are B-list,
like B-list icons. Yeah,
like and I was like, oh wow, there's like a lot of those people because there's not too many in the next one.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Just like what's his name, Donald Logue, I think.
From Gotham. Yeah,
he's in this. He's one of the like henchmen, like cowboy dudes.
He's like JJ's number 3.
Yeah, like a 3. Yeah, number 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh wow, and then of course like the main villain, like Charles
Napier,
yeah, like he's in stuff like I don't know what he like, but I know his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, he's pretty well known B-list.
He's in. If you guys have seen the Blues Brothers, he's part of the Good Old Boys, like the country band that they piss off. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Vincent Ciavelli, who he's the mayor, but he was in Batman Returns. He's like the leader of the circus gang.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. And then he was also in the Escape to Witch Mountain, the one with Brink, the weird like the mid-90s TV version.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's where I remember.
Yeah.
The villain dude from Austin Powers. Like, he's like in that, he's like the general.
I don't want to have to bail your boys out like we did in WW2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just like all the quips in the pizza place. And like Tom's like, "Boy, this pizza's boss!" Like just all these like 90s slang is so fucking awesome.
And then Rocky's doing he's playing the arcade game.
Foreshadow. Yeah. They do. Hey, dude, who taught you how to walk?
Shouldn't play with knives, man. It's a bad example.
That was pretty good.
Like how he tells Colt to stop fighting, but when it's like the most glorious
moment,
he needs to take the reins and show off.
He's just when he tells Colt to stop fighting, it's just so he can fight and get the glory.
He's like, isn't he like kicking some dude on the floor while he's saying that? He's like, stop fighting.
Yeah.
Kicking the dude in the head.
Well, no, he wastes the pizza. He like
Tum Tum gets pissed.
He springs off of Tum Tum. Yeah, he's like it's just to launch himself.
Pizza.
To launch himself off of the for the kick. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then just because he keeps doing this like scorpion kick move, like he keeps like where like the leg comes behind you to the side. That's like his go-to move in this one. But I was like, it just doesn't look very efficient. like especially when you're doing it in jeans.
I think it's just maybe when the guy's leaning forward and it's something he like just leans into.
That's true. Yeah, that's not as much
momentum.
Not as much work there. And then, dude, sorry, wait, you guys have both seen Bad Santa, right?
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah. Okay, the part where like after the fight, the pizza parlor fight, and all the kids are like sucking them off, like just blowing smoke up their ass.
Oh, the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses kid sounded like Thurman Merman. It's like, you guys are real ninjas.
I thought they were bad guys.
I thought ninjas were bad guys. Can I make you a sandwich?
Okay, what the fuck is it with you in the sandwich? I don't want any fucking sandwich. Yeah. I do like that scene because Grandpa pulls them out of there. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here! What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, that's they're way too high on their supply. That's the whole thing, and they're just like,
"Just cream those guys."
When did cream stop being used as a phrase to beat someone up? Because I mean, like, that's just
how did like when people stopped playing Smear the Queer.
We're not supposed to be saying this stuff anymore.
Because like cream is that's a very specific.
Cream was like it was used like in Little League a lot. Like,
oh really?
That's the last time I heard it.
Like that's what like I remember like when we were like winning again, like we like. Really killed the team or something. Like, you creamed him, bro. Like, you
creamed that ball. Yeah.
And then we realized what like creaming someone meant, so we're like, okay, let's not use that anymore.
I think what stopped me was the cable guy, where he's like, my sound system.
I'm gonna make George Lucas cream in his pants. Juice, not a trip.
Oh, that's what I've been saying for all these years as a kid.
Guys,
we
we really
not say that anymore.
we really got the cream pie during the championships last year.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Okay. I'm sorry. And then they get the lesson about the flowers. Listen to the flowers, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
That's like the only good grandpa like moment in this movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like
other ones.
for
It's
how
a really backseat in this movie.
I think it's fine, but like I think that scene was probably the best like connecting moment in the movie. But other than that, there's not really too many of those.
yeah.
But there is another one that's really weird that I don't even really want to talk about in this podcast when they're in the hot tub.
Oh.
You're like massaging him.
They're all just like karate chop massaging him.
You did really great out there, Grandpa.
But notice they're all just.
Nothing but the sounds of old bones creaking.
But they're all just sitting on the rim of the tub. He's the only one who's actually like submerged.
Cold as fuck. Yeah.
In a hot tub in the woods.
At night?
Yeah, it sucks.
At night, regardless.
Yeah. And because I mean, for as much as the boys are just again like drunk with ninja power in this one, and like essentially acting as vigilantes this entire movie. Their grandpa's like not supervising them at all. He's just like
that's why I was like, maybe they're a little older and they get to go out.
Yeah.
Like I guess this takes place in Grandpa's town.
Yeah, I guess so. Like,
like definitely the other side of where they're from. But then what happens next? They go to the pizza parlor back because they have to repay the damages because they fucked up the place.
They do that dope cleanup montage where Rocky's just throwing the knives.
It's the same when they're you notice when they're wiping Tum Tum across the. It's the same sound effect as like when Colt slides across the hallway.
Oh yeah, like the little slide whistle.
And then Rocky again with the fucking knives, just throwing knives all over the place.
Yeah.
Which I've always wanted to do that.
Rocky likes knives. Let's not. He's just a lot more sly about like how violent he really is. He's just good at faking it.
Well, when he fights Fester like in the bedroom, that's a pretty violent fight scene.
He chokes his ass. That's true. Like almost asphyxiate him to repel off of him and stuff.
I think the house is empty, dude.
Okay.
So good.
We're gonna take it. When Joe shows them the landfill, like there's what's going on. My dad's been missing, and then they go.
That's when shit gets real.
Then it cuts to the funeral. So I have a couple questions about. I have a couple questions about this funeral. So on the one hand, it appears to be a Christian service because they keep saying God and there's crosses and shit.
Yeah.
Colonization.
I was gonna say there's the colonization angle, but then it's hard for me to tell because I think it's like the perspective of the coffin. But was that? It looked like a child-sized coffin.
Yeah,
it did
really
look small. Oh shit. I didn't even notice that.
I put that on the and it's a pretty shallow grave too, so I put that on like just production.
They didn't have time to dig the whole thing.
Shallow grave.
They just put a little bit of dirt on it.
He's fixing. I'm fixing
Maybe
a divot.
It's a dog? I don't know. Maybe it's a pet or something.
They just crash a funeral. They just crash a funeral. So like, was Joe late? Was she supposed to go and she was late and just brings her homies?
How many more of our people will be buried? So this is I heard them actually say the name of it. I was wondering like how culturally sensitive they were being about all this or not at all. It seems at one point in the movie they refer them as the Tawanka tribe, and I'm like, that doesn't sound real. Yeah. But so they just flipped the syllables. There's an actual tribe in Texas called the Tonkawa tribe. Okay. So I'm like, and then I was like, there's all these like. Basically, the boys are just fighting all these like country hicks the whole movie and shit. Yeah. But like that's
cowboys and Indians.
That's also California. It's also California, and like for all we know, this fucking movie took place in like Modesto.
That was kind of a thing back then, right? The cowboys and Indians was still kind of big during our time. Like I had a Fisher Price cowboy set. But, like I mean, not on purpose. Like I do like that plot. Like it was just a little more deep. Like it was bigger than like just them helping their family.
Yeah, your shit has consequences. Like your actions have what we do in this life echoes in eternity.
I mean, terrorism is still like a thing that they, I guess, helped prevent too. But
like nuclear terrorism, presumably with like ninja armies.
Yeah.
People just have ninja armies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the cool part too. Is like they weren't fighting ninjas again this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was.
I think that's a big knock on the movie too. Is like it's not.
It's too easy
because
they're
look like ninjas. Like they're not doing anything really in a ninja way. Like it's not even really anything. It's just they just know karate or martial arts.
Yeah.
I mean, except when they cover themselves in mud, and then oh my god, they're like, wow, war paint. I'm just like, good god. Like it looks like they just smeared a bunch of fucking oil pastels on them or whatever.
Yeah, they had a pretty good lead up. Like when they go do the espionage, when they follow the truck and the they go to the waste plant.
And then that's when just like the orgy of flipping just starts. Like just you see just Colt's doing like all these corkscrews, and then at one point Rocky he does like, I don't know what it's called, but it's just like a face first dive into a roll across like the shredded paper thingies. And it's like, yeah, it's like, good lord, man. Like, and then my question here is, how many backwards baseball caps is too many?
That was the style.
That's true, yeah.
They just have the one. I think they all just have one cap.
No, I was gonna say, but it's like all three of them. Like, that's funny just because like in the first one, Tum Tum didn't wear a cap, and then like they're all just, that's just their look in this one.
I don't know. In the first one, didn't the villain dude, that bully guy, he wore his forward too. So
he did, yeah.
That's an indicator of who's cool and who's not cool, you know? Like, bullies wear their hats forward. I don't know.
There you go.
Feel my little sister perfectly.
You feel my little sister perfectly.
I thought hurricane season was over.
Yeah, oh my god. Terrible.
Oh lord. Let's see here. I like how they sneak out of the house as soon as Grandpa like gets to the bottom of the spiral staircase.
He just sleeps right away.
Yeah.
Like he just dozes off.
Yeah.
He's already out. All those stairs.
Burn them alive.
Did we get to the like?
Oh, she
when
shoots
like,
people
under
with
the
fucking
trailer.
arrows, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, she cut, but no, she cuts the pointy parts off though. So she's just hitting them with like sticks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trailer with where they listen to the conversation.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Did you know there's no smoking in here? I quit.
Yeah.
It's bad for
quit.
health. Yeah.
But I think that's where he's like a bunch of engines.
Yeah,
like,
he's laying it on. He's laying it on thick.
He's
like
laying on pretty thick.
the xenophobia in this movie is off the charts.
Yeah, the main guy
did get the PG-13 rating.
It's I mean.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, probably for violence and like borderline cultural insensitivity.
It's totally culturally insensitive. Keep working on that Indian, guys.
Yeah. What the fuck? They keep.
Oh yeah.
That was the worst one.
Make sure to keep working on them. That's in that. Yeah, that's in that thing too. And he's talking to the mayor about it and stuff too. I think what was his thing too? He was like, yeah, it's your fault for hiring that engine. Like to the mayor and stuff like that.
So I guess like the story is the guy Charles Napier runs a power waste plant. His name is Jack Harding, right?
Yeah.
And I guess they put Joe's dad gets kidnapped because he found some information that shows like chemicals being dumped, which is why people in this community are dying, and he's going to bring it to the mayor because he works for the mayor, so they kidnap him. And they're just starving him and beating him up.
Yeah, he looks fucked up, and he also looks like Kevin Nealon.
He does look like Kevin.
doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
I think like that scene where JJ's interrogating him I think that's another good JJ scene. Like, let's get cracking. Smacks him.
Yeah, I'm totally borrowing that DVD from you so I can rip it. I need that in the rotation for sure.
What else is good? I think the chemistry with the brothers really shines through.
Yeah, I would say for sure.
Because they do like bicker a lot, but there's times where they work together pretty well, and like they're laughing, like where they see the green shit, and Rocky's like, "Don't touch it." And Colt's like, "No, I was only gonna taste it."
Yeah, yes. That was a real that's such like a fuck you brother thing to say. Yeah. Means pizza brands, and they're like arguing about the pizza, like they don't like what toppings are gonna give Tum Tum gas and shit.
Right. They get individual pizzas anyways.
I know, right? Shit, they all get like their own medium pizza.
Yeah,
it's like Selena, and then Should we? Okay, so we got the fight sequence, them breaking out and everything, and they bring like the caltrops and like for some reason Tum Tum has that dumb little swimming pool squirt gun where you just pull it and then you push it back out.
So they end up rescuing the dad. They have the disc in their possession. They go to like that ceremony.
Oh, but after Grandpa eggs them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was.
It was like a I think it was just they were bringing our hope back to us, like for just bringing home Charlie.
All right. Yeah.
And then they get the feathers, who are like these are only reserved for the warriors of our tribe, but you white kids totally deserve this.
Yeah. They did do pretty well though. You gotta give it to them.
This is a white savior narrative for those who aren't paying attention.
For sure. There's when I was watching this interview, I guess some guy found the guy that plays Colt. And then they were like, "Did you learn anything like about Native Americans?" And like the best thing he said he could learn, he was like, "Yeah, when they perform a song, they have to do it in full. They can't stop. Like so, if you say cut, they have to finish the the ceremony."
That's pretty cool.
So,
Yeah, they probably just rolled camera for that whole thing then. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a pretty good dance number.
Yeah, let's get into that dance number, bro. Like, let's show them our dance.
Oh God.
Dun, 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 dun. Like they have to.
The music. God.
Yeah.
When did everyone in our school become a professional dancer?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, it was like an electric slide.
It was an electric slide meets corrupt meets kata meets rain dance. Yeah. Meets the rain dance sequence from Man of the House.
And the music is like god awful.
It's really bad.
Trying to like do some like fusion like Native American music with like whatever the 90s
like MIDI flutes.
MIDI flutes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then there's a key change even. Like this has gone on long enough that we can change the key to and because there's like a hand drive Macarena thing, and then there's the sort of running in place, and then there's the sidekick move and shit. Like
then they get then there's like people that join them too. Like they just learned it right away.
They know what the dance is now. Yeah. That was a way too long. Their part.
Yeah.
But you have a pretty good fight sequence. That's not my favorite fight scene in the movie.
The one at night when Grandpa comes to help them too.
But what you're talking about when Tum Tum has that little squirt gun, like that shit's pretty funny. And the cactus is like catch. That was
he gets to do the most like Jackie Chan level shit where he's like using like the environment and stuff. And then then the next day it's like the hearing, and then it's just like this movie's like John Wick, dude. Like there's just hella fight sequences. It's like and then Rocky gets to drive a car finally because he wants to look how much money he's gonna save at the arcade.
They, like, tear gas the car, and then like they ditch the mom. Like, hey,
yeah.
I'll take care of it.
Oh yeah, because they kidnapped Joe, right? Like the bikers, like professionals, like.
Oh, that's a good scene. When they're driving back.
Oh, he's like,
they lose the fight. He's like, get on the horn. And it's funny because how he's looking at him. He just looks at the steering wheel and then
he starts pressing.
And then when he picks up the phone, it's like disconnected, and he has like a little look. God damn it. That was pretty good. Like those facial expressions from JJ were funny. Like, I know a great lawyer.
It's the mustache too. It really sells it, like the Flanders ass mustache that he's got. Yeah. And then, did you?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like the ghost town where they fight the next day. Like that shit's
pretty tight.
I was gonna say, but that ghost town was used in everything. That shit was in Westworld, Theo. I don't know if you noticed, recognize it, but like if you just look at like the chapel, like it's yeah. And then that's where they just do more crazy ass flips, and like they do a tango cha-cha fight and stuff. And
like I don't mind that scene as much as I anticipate hating it when I see it. I'm like, I hate this part, but it's pretty funny.
It's funny. It's charming as shit. Yeah. And then the only thing, and then you see that like Colt's voice dropped mid ADR. Like all of a sudden he sounds 13. He goes from like to like like And then there's I think the last place where they finally narrow down where Joe is. Like they're inside of like a house at the end of the block or whatever. Like. You guys know, like, Colt fucking dives through the window.
Takes out the guy with the rifle.
He crashes through the window, takes the guy out there with the rifle. But if you go back and listen to it, there's a fucking jaguar sound that they throw in when he goes in, like the stock jaguar, that like that sound.
There's so many weird sounds like that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like in the first one, there's like a birthday horn sound when he gets like punched in the stomach or something like that. It's like. It's really weird.
They did more of that in this one, I think, was to water down just how way more violent this movie is.
Oh yeah, like in the beginning when the pizza parlor, there's like one of them farts when they're trying to get up.
Yeah, there's
farting,
farting, cuckoo clock. Although oddly enough, my personal favorite people crashing into each other sound, the bowling pin sound,
balls,
never gets used once in these movies.
It does, actually.
Oh, really? Really? Oh,
in,
shit. Okay. Oh, for real?
That's in the next one. I think it's in the next one.
Oh, okay.
When he's swinging and, like, kicking them in the face, like...
when he goes back and forth. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that in the school? Or the training?
No, I think he means when he's kicking the band.
Oh, in the beginning.
When Rocky is kicking, yeah.
We're the Three Ninjas.
Oh, God, they said the name of that show. And then, yeah, they learned their lesson. Like, you know, we beat up dozens. I should have counted how many people they've beat up. Like I'll do a body.
It's the same guys over and over again.
Guys with bandanas.
Yeah. That's why like the henchmen are always wearing caps and sunglasses and bandanas. Yeah.
Really
but yeah, I should do a body count next time I watch these just to see like if they do like John Wick numbers.
Yeah, if they can match up to John Wick.
Yeah.
Body count.
Like 120 people or something. Yeah, and then they just they end with a sick ass freeze frame backflip somersault.
Yeah.
Well, they get back to the hearing.
Yeah. But like after they like clothesline several policemen.
Yeah, the corrupt police that everyone knows is corrupt, but they don't. Nothing happens.
Well, it was like the bike chase scene too, like with the dude's on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
And then like, was that Tum Tum right on the bike? Like okay, well, how is this happening right now? But okay.
Oh yeah, he gets like the rusty ass bike.
Yeah, like he just finds it on the side. And he falls into like the pig mud.
And then they just ditch the family at the end, which is like the coolest ending. Like they just leave the
such a power move, and then you get, but then you also just get like
they really just go across the street and lay down in the in the grass.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, how the fuck are you gonna do? That would make me hella itchy. And I would like my allergies would be acting up like crazy, so I couldn't do that shit. And then they barely touch on like the possible love triangle between Colt and Rocky and Joe. He's like, you don't like her or anything, right? I mean, yeah, that's good because like you got to focus on your ninja stuff. Like, and then he falls off of his bike. Yeah. Joe was just like, I'm just trying to get my dad back. I can't fuck with you guys. Like, you're just here for the summer. Summer fling don't mean a thing.
He gives her like a ninja doll, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah, with a it's a ninja wearing board shorts and a skateboard strapped to his back.
Colt dove through a window for that girl.
Okay, yeah, he fucking deserves Joe.
Well, she does. I think she thanks him too in the beginning. She's like, "Hey, thanks for sticking up for me."
Yeah, well, she kisses them. She kisses both of them.
It was nothing.
Yeah. And then. Yeah, Tum Tum's like, you're just gonna have to use your imagination, girl.
She was in American Pie.
Which one?
I think the Bandcamp one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just looked her up.
Okay.
She's a rapper.
I heard about that. I think I found her on MySpace when we were in like high school or something.
A long time ago,
I was like, that's her. That's Joe.
Three Ninjas. Because I remember the name. I didn't know what she would look like. But I was like, oh, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Her never mind. Her performance partner's name is MC Red Cloud, so he's presumably Native American as well.
Why, Michael?
Well, yeah, why is that assumed?
Why is that?
Okay, thank you for holding me accountable.
Yeah.
She's Canadian.
Anyways, is she Canadian?
Yeah, she's a Canadian American. Yeah.
Oh shit! Wait, that sounds like
from Alberta, Canada.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Knuckle Up.
Any secret sauces?
Oh yeah, secret sauce, good one. For me, it's really just the fight choreography. It's like the stunt work is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. So I just love it mostly for that, but I do think it's weird. It still feels even-handed, but yeah, it's just like the chemistry. It just feels more solidified. You just get the sense that they're like, these guys are brothers.
I think for me, the villains, like the redneck villains, at least JJ, like the secret sauce. This is like he's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe maybe the plot. I do like the plot a lot. Like this the execution.
Yeah, it's just a canvas for crazy shit to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that, I guess. The one-liners, all the one-liners in this one are pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this movie like while I'm doing chores or whatever, folding laundry and shit.
It's the easiest one for me to watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think Secret Sauce for me is just like how ridiculous it is. Like, and then the cowboy and Indian thing too, for sure. Like, I don't know if any of these actors got off on like saying all these racist things, but it's okay. But that just like gave more authentic. Yeah, but it just gave more authenticity to like what they were, because I mean they don't ever get paid as like good guys at all, so it's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, they're totally in the wrong. Like,
yeah,
they're stupid enough to roll up to this reservation and they're all strapped, but then when the fight breaks out, nobody fucking pulls the trigger.
You're just like trying to scratch.
They're trying to hit each other with like the butt of the guns instead. Like, I noticed I'm like all these guns are flipped upside down right now.
Exactly.
Do you guys want to take guesses on the KI counter again?
You did it for all three?
I did all three, motherfucker.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna say like 500.
This one's gotta be way higher than the first.
Because even like the adults that fight them.
Oh no, you know what?
Like the guy that Colt fights with the bandana on, uses the umbrella to split him.
So actually, to keep it clean, I only did the kids because they're the stars of this picture. You would be surprised. This is actually only 222.
So lower. Okay.
It's lower, but like I also counted it on like unison KIs because I'm not trying to do hella math. I just counted them as one unit because there's a lot of times where they kick someone simultaneously and they all go yeah. So yeah, that was actually pretty surprising for me. I'm like more fighting but less KIs.
Nice.
Yes. All right, let's get into. Shall we get to kick back up in this piece?
Yeah, movie 2, but apparently it's 3 in everyone's eyes.
It was a distribution snafu. That's what happened.
Okay.
This one's weird because we get the recasting. We get some like Aunt Viv level recast with no context. Colt's the only returning player.
And that's like the big thing that makes me not want to watch the movie. Like when I rewatch these things, like I don't want to watch Kickback because it's not the original guys, or it's not the original 3. Although like when I do watch it now, they resemble them a lot more than I originally thought they did. Like Rocky resembles
There's a brunette
Trainer a little bit.
He's a brunette, so that's the most distracting thing.
Yeah, and he's like, but like they do resemble each other more than I thought, but they're not the same. Like they don't even have the same characteristics. Like as far as
they honestly felt like the transition from like the Tim Burton Batman movies to the Joel Schumacher Batman movies. Like these are supposed to be the same universe and the same continuity, but like enough is different where it's like I feel like this is a reboot right now. Yeah. Like
it's like Disney's Doug.
Shit, good pull. Nice.
So I will say something super controversial here, but I think why I love this movie so much is it's my favorite Tum Tum out of all the 3, even though it's a new actor and everything like that. But I just think like his jokes and like the way like he's like super into like the sumo thing and all about his food and everything like that in this movie. Like it's like one of my favorites. And, like just looking back, he's just like well like his like messed up teeth and like he's just a cuter kid. I feel like
he's more endearing. That's for sure. Yeah.
They it looked like they noticed they didn't give him too much character in the first 2, so it's like they did a little more with him.
They turned him into the fucking Michelle Tanner, like where this kid has like 6 fucking catchphrases in this movie.
So
he is a bit of a Morgan Matthews vibe to him as well.
He's definitely comes off like a sitcom character more than anything else, but it honestly like it's if you just take it as its own, like I'm like okay, this is pretty cheeky, like this is cute. He's buying 2 hot dogs, one without the bun, one with the bun. I'm like that's an odd choice, but
Oh, when does the ice cream guy come?
Yeah,
like,
he's really
during the fight has his alarm.
He's really punctual and organized. He's always setting his watch
for his food.
Yeah, he's like intermittent fasting. You know, he can only eat between 12 and 8 or whatever.
Kickback is like an overall, I think, better produced
$20 million budget. That's why.
Yeah,
that's what $20 million gets you.
It's nice. It's
because of how much they made in the last one too. Sweet. What are our budgets for all three?
I couldn't find the budget for Knuckle Up, but like I said, Kickback's $20 million. But yeah, the first one was the most financially successfully. But I gotta imagine maybe be similar to the first one. It's because I don't know, they have a lot of like locations and shit like that. So most of that money probably didn't go to the actors. So yeah, so in Kickback, it's
the stage.
Yeah, you really get the sense that time has passed. Like Rocky and Colt. That's the only real distracting thing is it looks like Tum Tum either got frozen in time or de-aged because it's like
he's really small.
He's hella fucking tiny.
He's smaller than the original one.
He looks like he's like 8 years old, and like Colt's maybe 13, Rocky maybe pushing 15. Yet they're all on the same baseball team.
Rocky's way too old. Yeah, that's the other thing. I was like, there's such an age disparity, and they're all on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like what I got from it was like they were trying to age Rocky up because of how like such an like figure.
He's going
was,
after some
like,
college girls too or something like.
Dude, how old was Lisa DiMarino? Lisa DiMarino.
Yeah, just like Arnold going after the sixth graders.
Yeah,
like
or his teacher, Miss Felter.
Because when she was introduced, like when because like she's introduced when Tum Tum's going to get the bombs and stuff like that, and when she's introduced, they seem like just like older college women like working there.
They work at the snack bar or at the field. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh no, yeah, Rocky loves Lisa. Like what? She's hell old.
And then you get and then it seems we get the impression that Lisa's with Darren because they're walking together when they leave the game.
Oh, he's trying to steal her from.
That shit was hilarious though, where he sees her in every position and then he just underhand pitches because he's just he's so aroused.
Okay, see, this is where I got this thing where he's super fucking horny the whole thing through. Is because once he gets to this part is all he can think about is just women. That's all. That's his only character trait. In this,
it's his personality.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit.
I am very aroused.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's yeah, I was gonna say they nerfed Rocky fuck. He just doesn't seem to be as confident of a fighter or whatever. They really but I do they roll back. They kind of revisit some stuff. So in a certain way, this feels kind of like Return of the Jedi or Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Yes, I'm making those comparisons. Where they roll back, where the third movie revisits stuff from the first movie, and some of it is a fucking rehash, but some of it it's okay, cool, yeah. None of this stuff got fixed overnight. So clearly, Colt still has a lot of baggage with his dad.
Because all they do is argue.
Yeah, the whole time. Yeah, he's on the phone. He's like, when you get back, we're gonna have a long talk about your attitude, mister. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'll set aside a month. I'm like, damn. And then you can see if you read the lips, they clearly said, the dad said, don't be a smart ass. And he's like, I'm not being a smart ass, but they dubbed over it.
Smart kid.
Yeah, I'm not a smart kid. Yeah, so then it's crazy. They go back for the baseball game, and there's this fucking, it's this bad news Bears B-plot situation. And you guys both actually played baseball, so I could let you fact check some of the antics that happened in this game.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Oh, okay.
Except for the umpire smoking a cigar, but I mean...
Oh, and there were no umpires like that. I mean, there were some hard-ass umpires, but as far as, coaches, I mean, players are shitty, stupid tricks like that they were doing. And, it is a mental game. It's a huge... it's the Mustangs
were doing that shit pretty well. They had their shit on lock.
But then there's that really cheap fart like joke that goes on with that. The kid that like farts and like makes
he's just
on the sides like pounding beans down. And he
so
just farts,
cheap.
and then everyone just falls over.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
I'm surprised, like with the way Rocky was pitching, though, he wasn't getting rocked like way
yeah.
better than he was.
Like the bully could actually like he had a better form than.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looked like he looked like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know, and then like what is that? The whole like scramble part.
Scramble.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he had a few of his own catchphrases. He didn't need to steal like.
Yeah, he was.
The original
Yeah, he.
catchphrases.
I think he does say murderlize though.
He
right?
does.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, but he says it with like a smile on his face, like, yeah,
That's
he's hella trying to make it happen, you know. And then, what else? What was I gonna say about the baseball game? So like, ostensibly, like Colt should have just taken a base, right? But well, he didn't get to because then he breaks the bat in half over his knees.
You know how hard that is to do? Like,
Yeah.
that's super hard.
Not only do you not use wooden bats in Little League, but like I think that was just to drive a point home.
Yeah, like how pissed he was, and he like the thing was he approaches Darren with both halves of the bat still in his hand, like he was.
You could easily stab him with one of those halves of the bat.
I guess what kills me is like. What, these guys could just take on all the adults and baddest ninjas in the fucking world, but
they can't.
They can't survive it.
For the catcher behind him to take his knees out.
Just like literally.
There we go. That's like the opposite of plot armor, whatever the fuck.
How am I gonna play with Grandpa pestering me from the stands?
Yeah.
I was like, good word, pestering. That's a nice vocab there you got.
4 strands of rope.
Was this and then there's later on it gets talked about, but like just likening like baseball to like ninjutsu and like the philosophies and stuff like that.
This was
like really weird.
That's a reach. This was like 10 years before. This was like 10 years before Shaolin soccer.
Yeah, it's America's game, and we have some of the same philosophies. Like, you're becoming men, you know. Like
baseball's big in Japan. I think that's
that's true.
Had, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which makes to play baseball.
Yeah, exactly. That it makes sense why Mio is like super into baseball too. But I think before this all happened, right? Is like she sucks.
I couldn't understand why she sucks so bad. She was like just a complete.
Let's get there. We'll get her. We'll get there.
Yeah. But I think before all this happens, right, is like when they go to the museum to like steal.
Oh yeah.
The sword and like that kind of subplot like starts.
I used to think that was really the old dude in the suit.
You just really wanted to believe like old people were capable of superhuman feats.
For sure. I didn't.
Yeah. It was hilarious though, because like he uses a shuriken to pick the lock of like the display of where the sword is hiding.
Tight.
Yeah, I was like, okay, no, but sure, like. And then like it has the hang glider just like hanging out on the roof of the museum to escape from. I even put it like in my notes like the hang glider's a ninja too, I guess is what's going on here, because those like security guards on the roof didn't see it. He like just walks to it.
It's very quiet.
Jumps off the roof. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So here's something that's weird. Grandpa says his hometown in Japan is Koga. And his rival is also named Koga.
So his town is where
is it like Schitt's Creek? Is his family just like connected to the town? They're the Kogas.
Well, you know, like back in the day when you're an immigrant, like in The Godfather, where he comes to the like, oh, where's he from? Corleone, like, Michael Corleone or Vito Corleone.
Okay,
that's
fine.
Probably what happened when Grandpa was.
That's why he's so entitled.
Yeah.
That's why he's part of the mafia.
Fun fact: Koga he's the voice of Uncle in Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was checking out his
strong filmography.
Yeah,
I said he reminded me of Shredder, and you said, Michael, he was in the third one.
Yeah, he's
in the third movie.
Lord Norinaga. He's like Leo cuts off his bun with his katanas, which is probably hugely offensive, like in Shanghai Noon, probably.
I bet.
I was looking at other stuff that he's been in, and it's pretty great.
He was a monk. He was the voice of Monk Gyatso in Avatar, so he's Aang's master. So that's pretty cool.
Teenage Mutant Turtles.
Nephew.
Yeah, great scowl. Let's go. Yeah, can we talk about the stupid heavy metal band guys?
They're like the worst.
That's what it was. He's Mr. Sparkle. And
Oh, he is. He's
yeah,
the voice of
the
Mr.
Simpson.
Sparkle.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
good.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, we can go to the.
So
the
then,
hair metal
so
band.
then we have a rehab.
AJ from Backstreet Boys.
I was gonna say, dude, I wrote the same thing. So we got Kramer, Vietnamese Garth,
Well, he's like a mix of Kramer and like Larry
and
from,
Beekman's
from
World.
Three Stooges.
And-
Like Larry
Oh,
from Three Stooges,
okay, yeah,
like,
it was like-
Kramer
yeah.
together, like
Yeah. So
and Harry maybe from Home Alone.
yeah, Harry
Yeah,
and
Harry for sure.
and if you guys remember that show Beekman's World, he looked exactly like that too. So yeah, we got Kramer, Vietnamese Garth from Wayne's World, and AJ from Backstreet Boys, or
funny,
Ali.
like,
He also looked like Ali G.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were.
Yeah,
I thought the main guy was funny, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that group of villains that much.
Oh no. So yeah, I have a lot about that later when we get back to the Home Alone scene.
Okay. Well, no, we're pretty much there anyway, cause yeah, like that we go
Oh,
straight.
They invade the cabin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it cuts
Yeah,
right
from
straight
the
to
base.
that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, they went all the way back home for the baseball game, and then like back to the cabin and shit.
Mhm.
But okay, yeah. So let's go, Theo. What do you got to say about the Home Alone
well, yeah, I mean-
2.0?
Yeah, this guy that Kramer dude that we're talking about right now. Like this dude is selling it like the whole time.
He's like-
There's that one time where he gets kicked by Tum Tum and like falls off of each individual like shelf that's on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this guy like he's acting for his life. And, like, I think that's what I appreciated about it the most. You know, like he's like he's in it. You know what I mean? And I had to respect it.
He puts up the leaf to try to.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah, to hide like while they're hiding from them in the trailer, right? I think it is.
The Vietnamese guy, he was one of the original people in 21 Jump Street. He was a narc.
Okay.
So that's why he's actually in 22 Jump Street as Vietnamese Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like when you're
Interesting
tripping
one.
balls. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought his name was Clam the whole movie. I'm looking.
Yeah, I know.
at
Yeah,
Glam,
Glam, Slam, and something that doesn't rhyme. Your name doesn't even fit the rhyme scheme.
Vinny? No?
Yeah, Vinny. I think. Yeah. No, I think it is Vinny. Yeah.
It looks like Vinny's the age.
But yeah, they do all the bits and the traps, and then they beat him up, and then afterward, like I find it really funny. Like they're talking about how great everything went, and Colt literally goes, "Oh, I can't believe the oil thing worked twice." Like, remember that one time 2 summers back?
What else was a good part of that? The Good and Plenty. He eats all the good.
Who ate my good and plenty? Oh wait, one of the bad guys did it.
When he's
Oh
there,
shit! I never noticed
His
that.
He's crawling through the bed.
Oh,
he's
okay.
eating the shit.
Oh, okay. That's
Hella nasty,
yeah.
but There's nobody here.
Yeah, and then like Tum Tum getting ready for them, and he's like in the fridge.
Oh
What
yeah.
do we have for our
guest?
guests?
Dude, honestly, that's like so fucking adorable.
Yeah, but then I think like
Cold pie. Let me taste
Yeah,
that.
like the Kramer dude's like,
Yeah.
ooh, lemon meringue.
Yeah.
He's like, banana
Banana cream, bozo.
bozo. Yeah,
Nice
something like
try.
that. Nice try. Like,
Yeah.
there's just some good.
I was gonna say
Tum
this.
Tum
Yeah,
stuff in
like
that one.
better acting overall in this one. Like, yeah.
Then the other two?
I would
I
in
disagree.
bursts.
I strongly disagree.
You know
with
what?
the acting.
Yeah, I guess it
Like,
depends on the kind of acting. It's a good point. I mean, it really depends. In bursts, I would say. But I
I'd say
get.
the umpire gives it a good argument, but as far as from like the kids, I don't know.
Well, no, the chemistry is not there nearly as much. That's the thing. That's the thing I miss the most. Like, it would have been cool, yeah, if it was all 3 boys through all 3 movies, because it would have been like Harry Potter and shit, because like all of a sudden they're all old and the dynamic is different and whatnot.
But as far as from like Grandpa and like Koga, the acting's way better.
Yeah, Grandpa had the
as
best
that.
acting in this one for sure.
And that's why I think that's
Slow
why.
learner.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why I gravitate towards this one so much, is because
Yeah.
like there's just more Grandpa, and
Yeah.
you get to see like more of like his like background and stuff like that, you know. And like he just has that hilarious like the whole hospital stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember always.
She's got a
laughing at
face
that
like
part.
a witch. She's got a face
Yeah.
like a dragon's butt.
And
Vampire.
then Nurse Shibuya, like I always.
What the
remember
fuck was
part.
with that? Like,
I think that was a
It's a
train.
man. Yeah, or something. Yeah.
For sure. Transgender. I'm sorry.
what was
Yeah,
that?
that's cool. But yeah, that was. I think that was real good.
Some of us speak English in this hospital, Mr. Shintaro.
It's like if the Trunchbull was a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause she was kind of nice to her. Like, she liked them.
And then, yeah, and then she helped out at the end. When they were in the nurse or like in the hospital.
I think this was my first time seeing a movie where a kid says this sucks, and I was like, oh, this is edgy shit.
Ooh,
like
a bad word.
cool. And it's Tum Tum too. He's like, does this mean no Japan? It probably means no to a lot of things. This sucks. And yeah, and I'm like, did the dad like quit the FBI? That's what I'm wondering about. Like,
yeah, like it seems like like at the end of the first one, right? Like he's just like he's kind of denouncing, and he's like, I need to spend more time with my kids, So then he becomes like the coach,
full-time little league coach.
Team, yeah.
He still doesn't get him.
He's still pushing his agenda on them.
Yeah.
I just wish they would act more like you.
Like you.
No, Dad. What about you?
Yeah.
It's weird how they how Mom went back to calling them by their Did they? I wonder if there was a time where they were just kind of growing out of the ninja thing. Like they don't. Maybe they didn't really care anymore, so maybe Mom reverted back to calling them that, but they still call each other their names. But Mom was really supportive in the first one.
No, but then when she comes,
Dad corrects him.
Yeah,
he's like holding the picture of them. He's like, no.
I do like that though. I like how the dad comes around.
It's only when your kids run away. It's like Johnny Tsunami. It's the same shit. Like the dad only came around after Johnny ran away back to Hawaii.
Oh shit! Okay. No,
fine.
But yeah, so Grandpa heads to Japan to
deliver the knife to the
dagger.
Yeah, the dagger. Sorry.
And then that I don't know how they snuck onto an international flight through the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Yeah. But hey, they made it.
I like how they do it all in a day too.
It's like
a 12-hour flight, and then they get back within 30 hours.
It's like the last season of Game of Thrones where they're just bobbing from one end of Westeros to the other in 20 minutes time. Yeah. However convenient.
And then Koga gets mad at his nephew or whatever, and he uses the oldest Japanese torture device in the world, which is the treadmill, and has him run on that.
Fool.
Yeah.
Quiet fool. Uncle, greetings.
My idiot nephew.
Yeah, he's very polite. He's very reverent to his uncle, at least, for being as Americanized as he is.
Yeah, pretty great.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate that filial piety. Let's see. Can we just go the Darren scene real quick after? He's like, it's true. I just want to say all of his lines because it's so fucking fun to talk on me. You do look like a four-eyed beast. See you Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
see you Sunday, See you Sunday, dragons.
They're rollerblading.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you can just fucking push him. He's on rollerblades.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh yeah.
It's bro, this dude's on rollerblades right now. Just fucking.
How many? Yeah. I was like, how many kids did I fucking go to middle school that were just like him? Especially growing up in Pacifica.
Yeah. And that's the same bully, right?
Yeah, it's the same. One, yeah.
He's older, right?
It's the black.
I said he has a hard on for Colt.
Yeah.
They both do. They just want to fuck with him.
Yeah. He was glad that Colt got older in this one and recasted too. So.
The black kid's nowhere to be found because after he probably transferred schools after getting the shit kicked out of him to get the bike back. And then, well, let's
no Emily either.
No Emily, yeah. Well, they moved too. I mean, presume it looks like Smart House where they live now.
It does look like a different house.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not like your generic desert housing development vibe. It's much more suburban looking. And then we get the montage of them. The Ninjanuity fast forward montage, and then
they had the Fairly Odd Parents recorded.
Oh yeah, the home
message of Grandpa.
That's another Home Alone.
Yeah,
that's another Home Alone 2 reference.
Home Alone 2,
yeah. Vampire.
Yeah, you can.
Hello.
Excuse me, I don't make the prices. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
My grandson.
You witch.
Oh fuck. Andrew, what were you saying about the shuttle or the baseball phone?
Oh yeah, the shuttle. They go out of their way to really make some Middle Eastern like stereotypes in this. The first one with the missile and like the FBI guy with the turban and then like
blackface.
Oh yeah,
brown face.
Now they have like the taxi cab driver. He's like, buckle up. And then they have the music. Like if you listen to the music, it's some like I don't know like what bagpipes or something or whatever it is, but it sounds like some Middle Eastern music that's just sped up and it's like he's driving crazy and he's all like,
it's not cool. And then we go straight from there to like. It's like they just got to Japan. Everybody bows in Japan. Like it's like fucking 10 minutes of people bowing to each other.
Yeah,
I think that was the what's it called, the surfer dudes, right? Or like
the metal band.
Dudes, the metal band.
Yeah,
it's another stoner trope. Group is what they are.
Didn't you say Tum Tum has a moment where he's like, he's our grandfather. Do you know him?
Oh yeah. after they like help out with the purse snatcher. The lady is presumably like a socialite of some sort who's offering them a ride with their chauffeur. It's like, oh, we're here to visit our grandfather. He's at Tokyo General. And then, Tum Tum, the only reason it's cute is because he's the littlest one, but he like really enunciates. He's like, Mori Shintaro, do you know him? With like a little accent.
Oh, no.
It's so bad. But yeah, I was like, I'll let that. We're just not going to pretend that shit. Yeah. And then, I think then it just goes to them at the tournament, and then that's when we meet the last in the long line of Rocky hard ons. Yeah, I appreciate Cole. It's the first time you actually see like one of them is struggling in a fight, so it's nice to see that it's Colt who gets his ass handed to him by Mio.
Yeah. But yeah, and then like even like Rocky points it out, he's just like, maybe this is the lesson that he needs to
learn. He's gonna get his brain splattered.
Yep.
You know, and then
the first of many times they go, a girl in this movie.
Well, Rocky, but then Rocky's like, a girl. he's kind of like, he's a little.
See, that was another part. That was the one that I wanted to get to. It was like Rocky, like when he Tum Tum's just like flabbergasted it's a girl, and then Rocky's like, oh, a girl. like, oh god.
Here we go.
Keep in your pants, bro.
This is why you lost the baseball game.
Yeah.
Oh
Lord.
Think
about her when you pitch next time.
Basically. Well, she's
really
swinging
like the montage,
her bat.
Though, when they go they go to Japan, like when they get there, they're riding the limo, and then they go to the tournament. I like the montage a lot. Is this what Grandpa wanted us to learn? Next level of screaming.
I love that line.
It's so good.
But like, I think also the reason I don't like the Tum Tum very much, he always has some fucking shit on his face.
Always chocolate.
He
like,
always has like
part.
I just always picture that. He always has some bullshit on his face. Like, wipe your mouth, kid.
Because like when they were watching the tournament, he had like that chicken in his mouth, and it like had sauce all over his mouth.
The hot dog or like popsicle schmutz, like that sticky ass popsicle residue. Yeah, because original Tum Tum, he was only ever eating licorice. That shit doesn't leave any.
Like coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, never
like pizza or some stupid
or pizza.
Shit,
yeah, nothing, not a lot of stains. All right, so you guys had some opinions about Mio, I think.
Well, yeah. I think this is the part, right, when they start teaching her baseball and stuff like that. So.
I swing my butt.
Swing my butt. You mean
your bat.
Yeah, but I just was like, how are they going to teach her baseball if they suck at it?
I was like, we just lost.
Saw how bad they are.
We just lost our last game. We're kind of it's a building season for us.
I do like when Colt's like, maybe she should stick to ninja when they're in the bleachers watching her try out. He doesn't want to be there no more.
Yeah,
because like it's summertime and Japan's hella fucking hot, man. Like he's probably just sitting out there like, god damn.
And he's like, I wish I wasn't wearing this fucking denim vest.
Yeah.
He does have it in both.
He likes a good denim vest. That's for sure. Yeah, they're all wearing.
I wore a denim.
He's like a Power Rangers thing. Because it's like the blue, like that was his thing.
Oh yeah, though like they all they were like color coding. That's at that point their regular clothes. They
subtly pull that off in I think in Knuckle Up. Like in the beginning. I didn't really notice it till last time I watched it.
Tum Tum has like a yellow hoodie, but otherwise he's wearing like purple stripes or red stripes. But yeah, like Colt and Rocky, they do that for sure.
Yeah, the green and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mio's cool. I like Mio. Like, I didn't have a problem with that character. It's actually probably the best character in the movie next to Colt, I think.
In this movie, yeah.
Yeah, she was definitely a badass. She's like Letty. It's like if there's like we're doing like Fast and Furious because she can she can hold her own. She can throw down. She won that tournament, fair and square.
Yeah, that scene where they're like practicing Japanese and English is like super cringy.
Oh yeah.
Hajimamashite.
He pulls out his like Harry Potter glasses.
Yeah.
Those glasses are pretty cool for now. Like nowadays, those are like kind of in.
Yeah.
Gold frames and everything. Sure. They're nice. And they're about to kiss.
They're like Michael Keaton's glasses in Batman.
Yeah. I like they just casually break her shit. They just break her fucking wall. Like.
Yeah, they're really bad.
She's laughing.
Yeah, Colt and Tum Tum are really bad guests because like earlier at the dinner table they're fucking sword fighting with their chopsticks. Like your grandfather is Japanese, you should know better than that.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too is like I really liked their relationship in this one because then they're just like the ones that goof off with each other. And
they're always arguing.
They're always like, shut the fuck up, like, Rocky. Like no one cares what you guys say.
I feel like they kind of have that in the other ones too, but it's not as constant. Like it's not as established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, the scene where they're like trying to like teach each other English and Japanese, like passing the book back and forth.
Yeah, that was fucking awkward.
Because he doesn't want to put his fucking glasses on.
And they're about to make out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're about to kiss and then they break through the wall.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But yeah, there's this other part that the story gets a little wonky because like there's a super roundabout way where he's like, oh, his plan was to bring the dagger to the tournament and present it to the winner. Like, didn't you fucking know that like that's what it was? Like, why wouldn't you be like, why weren't you gonna intercept it like at any point in there? Like stealing it from him in America had nothing to do with what was going on.
Yeah, they could have just. It's kind of like the thing and how in Indiana Jones didn't need to do anything. The Nazis still would have died and gotten like melted. Like you could have just waited. Why?
Fortune and glory, bro.
He was just being impatient at that time. Like, yeah, he easily could have intercepted it at the tournament anyway. But yeah.
I don't know why. I just always remember that part where like Tum Tum's looking at his feet, like the old man's feet.
Daddy is ticklish.
Hey, weren't you shorter yesterday?
Yeah, and like all this other stuff.
And he's like,
wow, he has a cool, smart moment there.
That's a cool scene though. Like when they escape, like the main guy, the Grandmaster dude, or when they escape Koga when he's and they're running through like the forest and the training ground.
I like that sequence, because Mio taught Rocky how to do the Naruto run. That was his arc in this one.
That was pretty tight. Yeah, I always wanted to do that when I was a kid.
That was some MXC shit, dude. That was totally there's definitely an MXC event that's exactly like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Then, it's like the most memorable thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a scene.
Well, the most memorable thing for me in that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. I'm a guess.
It was another. Yeah, that's why you should go first. You go first.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, well, mine's really quick. It's just like the Bakabusu part.
Oh yeah, you say that all the time.
I used to say that all the time as a kid, like the Bakabusu, and like I just didn't remember where it happened in the movie. Like I just always had the faint memory. So like seeing it again here,
she's like popping out of the head.
Yeah.
And then she has.
That was my quick comment.
Same scene, but when she does like when she's slapping him up. There's a cutscene where Colt and Rocky aren't standing there anymore. Like, and then it cuts back.
Oh yeah,
continuity.
And then they're there.
It reminded me of when you said something about Tum Tum in the other movie, Michael, where it was like he was like swinging the chains on a totally different like this is a different angle that he did. So, but like there's a cutscene you don't even see them standing there, but she's slapping them up. But then the next scene they're back. There.
Well, they're ninjas. They can like stealth in and out of the frame if they need to.
They don't hog the spotlight. I do think she rocks the white better than JDF though.
Fuck, I was about, dude. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah,
for real. I just really wanted to watch that.
She doesn't get it ripped. Yeah, it doesn't get ripped open.
I just like after last night, after I finished the movie, I was like, I kind of want to watch just that one scene. Yeah, the Stone Warriors sequence in Power Rangers. Now
that's my favorite scene in that movie. I said I wouldn't rewatch that again, maybe for the rest of my life, but I think that scene I'd watch that again.
Let me see here. And then there's just all they get caught again. But no, actually, I was gonna say when Koga's trying
the secret passageway.
When Koga
secret passage to outside.
This is a secret.
When Koga's trying to like play it off, it reminded me of the scene in Tropic Thunder when Robert Downey Jr. is like, I I'm dehydrated. He's like, it would have been rude to speak English in front of other people. They wouldn't understand us. That's not polite. And we get into
the scene. I do like the when they break out of the training facility. Like that's those are some of the coolest fight scenes.
Yeah, it goes to the thing. There's all of the fighting is happening simultaneously, so it's hard to sort of follow. Like it's more efficient, sure, but yeah, it's just not as fun because like you don't quite have like, oh, that's this kid's moment, this is their moment, or whatever the fuck. Like it's faster, but yeah, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I liked in that though. Well, obviously, like these new outfits that they have, like made it easier for stunt doubles to come in. So there was a lot more.
Obviously,
there was a lot.
That's true. Like, that was the excuse.
More athletic stuff going on.
Yeah.
But there's just like there's one scene where like it's like a top-down shot, and you see each of the kids do like a different thing. You know,
like an event, like in Age of Ultron, that overhead shot.
Like Rocky was doing his thing, and then Cole was being like his aggressive self.
Yeah.
But then like I think Tum Tum like pushes some guy into like Rocky to hit him, and then there's this other guy that falls that's already on the ground. So then Tum Tum runs over to him and then punches him in the face.
Oh, okay. So he's still punching people in the face. I'm glad they kept that.
He's doing his little low ground type stuff. You know.
Is it BJJ? You're probably really good at that.
Is it the first one where Tum Tum's fighting with like the salad fork servers?
Yeah. Just salad with salad tongs.
But I'm just wondering where that is.
Yeah.
Where that was.
I remember that very vividly.
And then I guess learning how to fly on the second one helps them with hang gliding. You brought that up, right, Michael?
Yes.
They do hang gliding.
Grandpa taught us to fly.
I didn't get that shit in the Knuckle Up. I was like, what the fuck what is this flying thing? I don't know why they talked about it in the beginning.
It's just, just grandparents just say magical shit,
Asian mysticism.
Got your nose, shit like that. I hate roll. I always think of Harold and Kumar. We're so high right now. We're not low. Wait, Theo, that shot you just referred to, was that in when they're fighting their way out of the compound, or
it's like right before the kendo guys.
Oh, okay. I'll watch that scene again for sure.
Like there's like a dojo part with like just ninjas, and then they get to the kendo guys and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But then that leads up to like the roof scene with the two sumo guys, and then Tum Tum like wanting to be a
sumo. Yeah, he's like, like that's his moment.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it's my moment.
I think they didn't struggle at all with those guys. Like, I guess. No. I guess that's a good callback to the first one, but they had no issue beating down.
Yeah.
Light up their eyes.
I just think it's like funny because like they're just laughing. Like it's like get silent. Like and they like do this like waving thing. The one guy
in the yukata looks like he could straight up murder them. Like he's not like he's like fat but really muscly at the same time. Like Batista or some shit. But
but then they just lit up the dummy lights.
Yeah, and it was over all way too fast. And then it goes into like Goonies territory where there's like booby traps and
treasure, man.
There you go.
He's back.
Laying the pipe. And then that's really fucking funny when they like unlock the door.
You just stick a knife in there. Like you could have just snuck anything in there.
It was like a serial number on the
something. I don't know.
There's a chip in the hilt. It's like you can't start no two cars are created equal. But anyway, he's like, dead samurai warriors, there's nothing here. And then 2 seconds later they rip off the curtain and it's like a cave of gold.
Yes.
It was like one solid piece of gold, so you couldn't even take it if you wanted to.
El Dorado, you'd have to fucking blow that shit up or chisel it out. Like I don't know how gold works, but that's the only place where there's.
You probably just need like a little bit. Yeah. You come back when you need some.
Yeah, that's true.
49er that shit. But I guess what bothers me at the end is that they don't take the sword when they leave. They just take the dagger. Like the sword is fucking important too. Like that's in an art museum. Like why'd you guys leave the sword?
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, but now
so do you.
Underground.
And for some reason, I had it in my memory. I thought I remember Koga staying in the cave, as penance for his greed. Like I thought he
See, that's when you're getting mixed up with the Last Crusade with the fucking.
Yeah, that is. You're right. Let it go, Indiana. But he chose poorly. But they just come back up the other side, and Koga's like, "Hey, sorry, I tried to kill you and your grandsons." I'm good.
I
Well,
forgot
my
that
favorite part
lesson.
of that is
We're good.
it was like he says something like very profound, like it took me a long time to know that. To
Until-
learn that.
Yeah.
And then
Until
Grandpa's
literally
like,
slow learner.
slow learner, and then they just leave. Like there's no like, hey, we're long lost rivals.
Our blood feud is over. I guess.
We're Ash Ketchum and the other guy.
Gary.
And you know
Yeah.
we're Austin St. John and JDF. It's like, oh,
You know, yeah,
Let's
'cause
go.
like that whole scene, I think it gets sped up because
Yeah,
they literally want to finish this fucking
They're like,
baseball.
they're like,
plot.
wait, yeah, we got to
Like,
do this.
what's the
We
fucking
need to do
thing?
this
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks bullshit. Where like
Yeah.
we learn all our lessons and and it's really lazy. So on the one hand, I want to give it to the boys to be like, good for them for not succumbing to jet lag.
Yeah. Because he was like, it's Saturday in America. We can make it for our,
We could still
our
make
Little
it.
League game. The challenge.
I hope Mio's got a fucking valid passport.
Yeah. Because we're sneaking her in the bathroom on this
Right.
one.
put her in the bag.
And
Yeah, we get back to that
Yeah.
and like.
the Mustangs are really lazy because they just try to pull the exact same shit they pulled the week before.
Yeah. And then the dragons. I don't know, like that part where like he hits the foul ball and it like everyone thinks it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Like,
Like, dude, he still can hit. Like, he's still in the batter's box. Like,
is-
what's going
It
on
was
right
such
now?
a heartbreak because, like, you know, hitting a home run's like the hardest thing to do in baseball.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
true.
nice hit, nice foul ball. You just can't do it again, loser.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he, like,
that was my lead. Oh yeah, besides
Shot at
Darren,
him.
the catcher was such a little prick. Like,
Yeah.
what is that supposed to be? You're supposed to
Was it
talk
like,
shit.
thanks for the breeze, asshole? Or
Yeah.
something like that? Like-
That's pretty good.
How about Twinkle Twinkle Little Bitch?
There's in the Mio's little catch. She can finally catch a ball now.
Oh yeah, she got her moment too. She
But then it's
overcame her demons.
yeah, this could be it. Oh,
Like, why
home
would
run
you put
stopped
the-
by
why would
a
you put your
girl.
Like she's technically
a
the worst
girl.
catcher on the team. Why would you put her in the
and now
fucking
she's
outfield?
in the infield.
Well, I'd put her in the outfield. You wouldn't want to put her in the infield.
Yeah, you don't want her in infield. But no, like that line is like it's like when she's like, the play was stopped by a girl. Like, oh my god.
That was a little bit of a microaggression.
I like how they're like number 21, who's not even on the roster.
Not
here.
even, that player doesn't
Yeah.
shoot him. It's like in Benchwarmers, like, I got a permit. Or he's like, here's my
Yeah,
birth certificate.
I'm
Yeah.
12.
I am
Like,
12. And then, oh my god.
Yeah, and then well,
How-
I think Rocky. What is
They should've just-
Colt
why-
breaks the
I don't know
bat.
why they
again.
didn't.
No, he breaks it. Yeah, like,
He breaks
on
the
that
bat,
one.
and then she gives him. I wrote my name on it for good luck.
because he's like, that's kind of
Damn,
conceited.
He broke his bat on a home run swing. Like that's pretty
On
hard.
the
to
foul
do.
ball.
On a
swing.
foul
The
ball
foul
swing. Yeah.
But the
And
foul
then-
ball went over the fence. Like
Then it
that's-
went over the fence. Yeah, like it's not
that
supposed
wasn't
to.
that was
Not
wasn't
supposed
like
to
a
get
foul ball
distance.
down the. That was a home run
Yeah.
swing. So
Oh, Lord.
But then he breaks the scoreboard, and then that little like.
The guitar version
80s
of the
guitar riff,
of
yeah,
the
comes
main
in.
theme. Yeah.
Yeah, like. Like.
Yeah, for real. And then, like, I was just gonna say, how hard was it for the stunt guy to do all those backflips on the fucking baseball diamond? Like, that shit's slippery, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then they win, and then Darren's like extra innings in the parking lot. Come on,
you know,
fellas.
when I was a kid, I really thought that meant they were gonna play like some more baseball.
Yeah.
They're like,
Another Sandlot. Like, what's
we
going
gonna have
Exactly.
we gonna
Yeah.
have a scrimmage.
I picked the girl.
I pick you, girl.
You not messed up my home run, girl.
Oh yeah, missed my home run, girl. And then it's like, want to play a boy sport? Play by boys' rules.
Yeah.
I think there's a director's cut where they actually show him getting beat up by her as well. Like just like how Rocky beat up the
that
other
would've been
dude.
great.
Like,
Yeah.
I've seen that somewhere. Like I know it exists, unless it's like another Shazam thing with.
Mandela effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that exists somewhere. I'll find it. I'm gonna look for it right now. The kickback altogether.
Yeah.
This is better than winning World Serials.
I think you mean never mind. English is your second language. I'm not gonna hold it against you.
That's
Yeah.
that, guys.
That's the end, right?
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Ninjas.
that is Three Ninjas, man. Oh man, what a journey! What a cinematic journey.
Do you guys want to rank them? Like, what are your personal favorites?
Fuck, it's
Yeah.
Well, Theo, we know you love yourself some Kickback, and then where do you stand from there?
I mean, we're talking about all this stuff right now, and like I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I just like them traveling to Japan.
Yeah.
I like that whole part of it.
You get to sit with them more as just characters a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's that whole like other plot with like Grandpa, and you kind of see more of like his honor and everything like that as a ninja.
Yeah.
And like
It's
instead of like in the first one, right, where you just think he's like, oh, he used to teach ninjas like mafia dudes and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, definitely the first one, second for me. But and then
with the flashback of them fighting for the dagger.
Yeah,
Cuts
exactly.
the-
Like
cuts
all
the
that stuff is
motherfucker.
cool. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Kano.
Yeah, he cuts his
Turns him into
face and
Sub-Zero.
comes in with that scar, and like you're like, oh shit, that's that dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, like this is my ranking of them, but obviously they're all like hella good. you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, Knuckle Up's definitely third, but yeah, I still love all three.
Okay. Yeah.
Just not. Yeah, the fourth one is terrible.
No.
so.
That's a
Yeah, who else?
hard fucking pass. I think if I'm just gonna pick one to watch, probably would be the first one for like based on like the Home Alone bit. Really, just that's the most watchable thing for me. I think I would go 1, 3, and then 2, but I still love 2 for like the fights. Like if I just had the fights like on my computer, I'd just watch that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll do it for me. But yeah, I'm so happy. I haven't seen these movies in, I don't know, conservatively going on 20 years. Yeah. I probably watched Kick Back at your house once when it was on demand, when we were
Something like that.
in middle school.
Yeah, it's definitely been like at least 15 years for me since I've seen these, like all the way
That
through.
time flies by too.
Yeah. What's your ranking, Andrew?
Oh, man, it's hard. My favorite is definitely the third one, or
Yeah.
Knuckle Up, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I guess it'd be Knuckle Up, then the first one, and then Kickback. But Kickback's it is a way better movie though.
Yeah.
But it's just personal gripes like the character change. That's like the biggest one for me. It's like
Yeah.
if Rocky Cardenas came in one time and just became Jason. out
Yeah,
of nowhere,
if they just
like,
didn't
Yeah.
address it, how does he look
if they
different?
just did that. That's what it kind of rubs me like that. So
Yeah.
it takes me a little bit to get over it, but I watched it last night and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the Knuckle Up, I think, resonated with me more. So that's my favorite one.
Definitely.
And then High Noon and Mega Mountain doesn't really.
That
exist
shit
in
doesn't
my-
exist.
In my world. That doesn't really.
It does.
I don't.
Not my hashtag. Not my 3 ninjas.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. Just to like, again, we're not going to talk about the whole fucking movie,
It
but
lasted almost a decade. I'll give it to them for that.
that that movie starts with like Grandpa putting them through like a crazy ass like booby trap like gauntlet in like a warehouse. It's like Kung Fu
man.
Panda or some shit. But yeah, that's the
I've probably
least.
seen that movie like once or twice.
That's-
Like when it first came out.
Yeah, the
you know?
karate dojo I went to, like they had it at their place, so like for a summer camp they put it on.
okay.
But I mean they had that with like the movie Sidekicks and other random ass
Sidekicks.
Yeah.
like martial arts movies. So
Jonathan Brandis. Good lord. Yeah, this is still
Chuck Norris for
this is still a dream cosplay of mine. I don't care which ninja I am. I just want to dress up with 2 other guys in these outfits. Yeah, pretty easy.
it's doable.
Yeah,
Super easy. Just
I
get
could.
masks,
I get
get
the. I mean, I'm already kind of looking like Colt right now with my hair. I just needed to brown it up. But
Let me see.
Your Tum Tum though.
yeah, I know.
Your name's Michael.
I know. That's fine. I do like licorice. Licorice is good. Are you looking up? Yeah.
I mean, you could find the masks.
Oh yeah, you totally can.
So,
yeah.
You just need the
The
geese.
It's easy to get the geese.
Yeah.
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 Those are generic.
Very. Okay. I guess that'll about do it. Shit, man. I didn't
Nice.
expect us to go. This is almost like watching all 3 movies in a row. Anyway.
Yeah. How
But-
long
pretty
is this?
2.5 hours.
Jeez.
Nice.
Okay.
So feel free to share this with. Thank you guys for coming on board with us. Thank you so much, Theo, for coming on. This was a fucking
of
dream come
course.
true. If anything else aligns that we're doing, we'll let you know.
Yeah, definitely. I will definitely come back.
Yeah.
That was great. Forgot all about these movies, and so it was good to like rewatch
yes.
them all.
And they got some sick ass T-shirts online. So
I'm gonna go on a little.
buy Three Ninjas merch, everyone, and Three Ninjas sponsor us.
Yeah, I'd get on board for like a Netflix series.
Yeah,
if you get like the original 3.
I was gonna say just Cobra Kai it, so they have to reckon with like the cycle of violence and how violent their own kids are now and shit. Yeah, maybe they're strange.
What is So when I searched Three Ninjas on IMDb, there's like these TV episodes and stuff like that.
I don't know how much further they took this. I know there was a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, so this is just the name of an episode within a show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a huge multimedia franchise, but
why not?
Maybe. Why not?
It is bigger than like I remember it being though. Like I always thought it was like kind of an overlooked thing, but it did have its moment in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, ninja martial arts mania was still really huge, like in the mid '90s. I think which was probably where it crested. Yes, which is now on Netflix. Very happy about that.
Nice,
well, I mean, Jet Li was making movies all the way until like I don't know, 2000 something. There was still a market, I guess.
Definitely, and then obviously like Power Rangers, capitalizing on that shit. And then,
Yo, yeah.
Teenage TMNT.
For sure. I think we got so much mileage. I'm listening to this shit front to back after it's done. I don't give a fuck. That's what it's all about. So thank you all for joining us on this cinematic, surprisingly violent journey.
Kids murdering people
bodily. So feel free to check it on youtube.com/2oldsouls, Instagram 2oldsouls pod, Twitter 2oldsouls pod, and we're gonna share the hell out of this one because this one was fun.
Yes,
and
don't you just hate us?
we're too old for this shit. Later.